Good evening and welcome to Hobie Krause Field in Montpelier on this overcast and extremely windy night tonight for Week 6 of high school football. We could see some showers as well as the night goes on. It's a matchup this evening to open the Toledo Area Athletic Conference for both these schools. 5-0 overall Edon against 1-4 Montpelier. This is the Allied Molded Products pregame show. Remember to think inside the box at Allied Molded Products. As always, joined by former Hilltop head football coach, current girls basketball coach at Montpelier, Mike Bumb. Always good to be with you on a Friday night. This is our 5th week together. I know it's week 6, but of course we missed being together on week 1. But looking forward to this one. Boy, these two played, if it wasn't the best game of our regular season last year, it was one of the top 2 for sure, or 3 of last year. Montpelier and Edon, a great game over in Edon. Tonight, a couple of teams that are trending differently here as we've hit week 6.
Yeah, very similar teams schematically of how they go about their business. They both run the spread. They both have actually the same terminology, which originally comes from Bob Owen, who is still on the sideline, the head coach for Edon in his 45th season. And then Andy Robinson, who didn't directly play for Bob Owen, but was under that umbrella of Bob Owen over in Fairview. And a lot of his terminology is the same as what Coach Owens had adopted over the years. So I don't know if they're going to be kind of with the Connor Stallions looking over with their binoculars and stealing signs from one another, but my guess is they probably know each other's cues, and it's just going to go down to who can execute better tonight. Again, defensively, the same kind of concepts. Offensively, terminology, everything's the same. So it's going to come down, as it should, and always as it does every single week, a player's game.
And by the way, we're like, 90 seconds in, and Foz already has shots fired with a comment mention here early. You know, we've been so impressed with the job that Edon has done this season. Offensively, they've been Bob Owen's offense, and it starts at the quarterback. Doesn't end there, but it certainly has to start there. If you're going to run this attack, you better have an efficient, effective, successful quarterback, and Edon certainly has that in Kyler Sapp. Last week, a 70% completion percentage, 400-plus yards against a really good Whiteford team, accounted for 7 touchdowns. He's thrown for 23 on the season, but the number that has jumped out at me that has really, seen the improvement in my eyes from Kyler from earlier in his career, namely last year to this year, is 1. And that's the number of picks thrown this year, just 1. So he has done such a better job in reading coverages and making good and better decisions than years past. And he has an arsenal on the outside with really good weapons, which is another staple of this Bob Owen offense. But for me, and I'm going to let you talk about that, for me, one of the strides that this team is, the reason they're 5-0, are the improvements they've made. Still not perfect and far from it, but improvements that they've made on the defensive side.
Oh, absolutely. That was the question mark, and I think we still had questions, especially after that first half against Edgerton, when Edgerton kind of pushed them around. And really, Andy, since the second half of the Edgerton game in week 1, the defense has been pretty good. Now, a lot of times, you get questions like, where does Edon really need to improve? And you kind of alluded to it. And it's not because their defense isn't good. It's gotten better every week, and it's pretty darn good. It's because their offense is so good that we kind of measure it against that and say, well, that's where they're a little bit deficient at and they need improvements. Let me tell you something. Edon's defense has steadily gotten better week in and week out against a really good Whiteford team we watched last week. Coach Teagan, the coach for Whiteford, he's had 3 losses in his career and 2 of them in the state championship game. And Edon created 2 turnovers. They got a couple stops on 4th down against them and really controlled the game, not just offensively, Andy, but also defensively. So you're seeing this team at the right time here as the midway point begin to have a total, offense, defense, and special teams has been pretty solid too. Now the kicking itself, I think it's something maybe that they can look at and think that maybe they can improve. But, punt returns have been solid. Kick returns have been solid. So it's a real good football team we got.
Let's talk about Montpelier. Why are they sitting at 1-4? Dissect their season at the halfway point.
Well, listen, this was going to be a rebuilding year. We talked about how good of a game last year could have went either way. And I know Coach Robinson looks back on that. And that's one of those games that Montpelier thought that they could have had, and they could have had it. Just didn't work out. But Montpelier graduated 12 seniors, and an 18-year-old body is different than a 15-year-old body. In football, it's especially it is. And Montpelier's got a lot of 15-year-old bodies playing for them this year versus last year when they had a dozen seniors, a lot of 18-year-old bodies. And 15-year-old bodies, in most cases, just simply aren't ready to play varsity football. But because of Montpelier's lack of numbers, and they only have 22 kids when they're all healthy, you've got kids. They're going to be fine players down the road. And Montpelier's, probably after this year, you're going to see it start trending in the direction that Coach Robinson would like, with numbers and an infusion of talent level. But right now, it's kind of in survival mode here, and get through the seasons, being competitive as many games as you possibly can. Still a couple chances there for wins down the road that they're looking at, but it's no doubt about it, it's going to be a tough task for them tonight.
All right, just getting started. This is the Allied Molded Products pregame show. We'll step aside and take a break. Andy Robinson, Bob Olwin join us next for our Brian Ford Lincoln conversation with the head coaches here on B-Rock Sports.
Veland Chase wishes local high school sports teams a successful season. As one of the leading brass suppliers in the United States, Veland Chase manufactures brass rods, forgings, ingots, and water armor plumbing fittings at the 2 plants located in Holiday City. To learn more about products and job opportunities, visit brassjobs.com. Chase a brighter future with Veland Chase. Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services and see how soon you can get a Lennox home comfort system that'll help improve your health and your mood. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today at 1-800-329-4040 or visit us at starksphs.com.
Be part of the Montpelier Athletic Boosters and help support all the athletes at the Montpelier schools by calling 419-485-6785. The Montpelier Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the Montpelier athletes good luck in today's game. Strive to be the best, and you will succeed at everything you do. The Montpelier Boosters are proud of all your achievements. Good luck and do your best. That's all anyone can ask. And go Locos!
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. See Danielle Van Atta of Danielle Van Atta Agency today. She can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Phone Danielle Van Atta today at 419-636-0408.
Welcome back to the pregame show. It's time now for our conversation with the coach, and it's brought to you by Brian Ford Lincoln, and we are talking with Montpelier head coach Andy Robinson. And, well, Andy, I know not the result you were looking for last Saturday, but what were some of your takeaways from the game with Ridgemont last weekend?
I mean, I was happy offensively. I thought we started to find a little bit of a groove as the game went on. Obviously, we were able to put up some more points than we have this season. Not exactly defensively where we want to be quite yet, but I do feel we are getting better. So I guess we're just going to continue to take steps and, fix what, isn't going so well and build upon what we're starting to do a little bit better.
Well, we've talked with you in the past, Andy, about the fact that it's a young football team, I think, that you have. Have you seen the improvements that you would like to see from, game one to where you are right now?
We've seen improvements. It's tough, I guess, when you have this young of a group. I'm not sure you ever know quite where you expect to be at certain points of the season. I do think they are getting better. They're starting to understand, what we're trying to do schematically on both sides of the ball. They play really hard. That's the great thing, and that's what keeps you coming back and wanting to coach them every day. It's just trying to put together, a full 4 quarters and put together a full defensive plan and a full offensive plan throughout the game. So, yeah, I mean, I'm happy with how they continue to try to progress. We got to continue to get better in these next 5 games moving forward.
Well, Andy, I'm sure you've heard the expression from coaches when they talk about the game needs to slow down for some of these kids when they're out there. They're now at the varsity level. Do you think that the experience they're getting are things slowing down for them, for lack of a better phrase, as we go through the halfway point of the year?
Definitely. I think since when we threw them out at game 1 against Antwerp, you could definitely tell, they were spinning. I think they're starting to let the game, come to them a little bit. It is slowing down, but it's still tough. They're kids that should be playing on a JV team right now. And, they're going out playing some really solid competition at the varsity level. So it's still fast for them a little bit, but I think they are getting a little bit better with, understanding how to deal with things as the game goes on.
Well, it doesn't get any easier for you this week as you welcome in a familiar team, a familiar coach, familiar to you. Tell me about Edon and what Bob's going to bring to the table Friday night.
A really, really good football team. I think this is one of the better teams I've seen Bob have. I've been around him a long time. His kids really understand what he's trying to do offensively, and it's a really tough scheme to stop. Bob's a great coach. He knows exactly what he wants to do, and he doesn't move off of what he's trying to do at all. So what's coming. He tells you basically just try to stop it. We're preparing for a lot of athletes that are really dynamic on the offensive side, and I think the thing that's even tougher this year is they're so much better defensively. They play very physical. Again, they're very athletic and fast on that side of the ball. So it's definitely going to be a tough game. We're going to have to do things very well. We're going to have to make sure we're lined up correctly all the time on defense. Offensively, we're really going to have to take care of the ball. We can't give them any extra possessions because they don't really miss when they have those possessions.
Andy, one of the things I hear coaches say when they play against Edon or a Bob Ullman coach team, it's important to tackle in space because they're going to try to spread you out, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be the main thing. That's what makes his offense so difficult, especially when he has really good athletes. So, I think we have gotten a little bit better at tackling in space this year. So as a coach, it excites you to have that opportunity to see, what product your kids are going to be able to put on the field when they face a challenge like this.
All right, home game for you. How important, Andy, is it to get off to a good start, maybe have a little success early in the game?
It's always important, again, especially for us, especially for these young kids to keep their confidence up as the game goes on. We just got to take care of the ball early on. We've had some games where we started hot, we started fast, and we've been able to sustain a little bit. And then we've had some games where we've kind of petered out at the beginning of games. So we got to get off to a fast start. We got to take care of the ball. If we can do those things, we'll have a shot when we get in at halftime.
It's our conversation with the coach, presented by Brian Ford Lincoln. Our conversation with Montpelier frontman Andy Robinson. Andy, always appreciate the time. Enjoyed the talks, and good luck Friday night.
Absolutely. Appreciate you guys having us.
Stay with us. More on the pregame show when we come back.
I'm Paul Roehrig Jr.
And I'm Sierra, and we are the new owners of Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio.
It's fair season, and we will have a booth at the Hillsdale County Fair this year. Come out and see our selection of styles and colors, and save 10% off all memorials and receive a free pair of metal craft vases with the purchase of an upright memorial. We're continuing the family tradition, and as a third-generation family business, the Roehrig family makes it easy to pick out just the right memorial. We invite you to visit us as a part of your pre-planning. By talking to us now, there's no stress or high pressure, just a friendly conversation to get you started. Our specialty is creating custom memorials with a variety of colors, shapes, and sizes. You can go online to facklermonument.com to see what we have to offer. Come out and see us at the Hillsdale County Fair. Save 10% off all memorials and get free vases with purchase of an upright memorial.
Continuing the family tradition, the Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families since 1924.
Are you ready to tackle your next projects with the best equipment in town? Then look no further than Black Swamp Equipment, serving Bryant, Archbold, and Defiance. Right now, we have incredible deals on steel chainsaws. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a weekend warrior, Steel has you covered. And that's not all. Need to chip or split that wood? We've got you covered with wood chipper and wood splitter rentals too. But wait, there's more. Our Milwaukee tool sale is happening now. Upgrade your tool kit with top quality Milwaukee tools at unbeatable prices. Stop in or give us a call to discover everything that's on sale. Black Swamp Equipment. Locations in Bryan, Archbold, and Defiance.
John Dye and everyone at Strong Real Estate in Montpelier would like to wish all the athletes in tonight's game good luck. Located right in the heart of Montpelier, Ohio, Strong Real Estate Solutions is successfully helping people find that perfect home, building lot, or commercial property. Strong Real Estate Associates are available to provide you with full service in all your real estate needs. Contact John Dye today at Strong Real Estate Solutions in Montpelier, Ohio.
Downtown Bryan, Ohio has become quite the shopping destination in the past few years, thanks in part to Elian's Boutique, the Maddox Men's Emporium, and Faith and Grace Baby Boutique. These incredible stores offer something for everyone, featuring men's and women's apparel, newborn and kids apparel, maternity wear, specialty foods and drinks, barware, jewelry and accessories, giftable items, and much, much more. They're located on the east side of the square in downtown Bryan and open weekdays 10 to 6 and Saturdays 10 to 3. So come to downtown Bryan, Ohio and visit the Elian's family of stores for all your shopping needs.
As we continue on with the pregame show and our Brian Ford Lincoln conversation with the coach, we are chatting with Edon frontman Bob Olwin. And, well, Bob, coming off another nice win for the boys last Friday night. What were some of your takeaways in the win over Whiteford?
I think we got after them defensively, kept putting pressure on them. Had a lot of kids get to the football. We turned them over twice, and especially after the first quarter. The first quarter, we'd let them score 14, but then after that, we really sort of dominated their offensive line, and they weren't able to get much on our defense. So offensively, thought the offensive line did a pretty good job of protecting Kyler, and Kyler had a good night. I think he was 34-47 for 400 yards, 6 touchdowns, probably ran one in. He's had a nice season. He's a senior and been in the offense for 3 years, but you're only as good as your offensive line and your receivers, and receivers did a nice job of working when he would turn it into a scramble. They did a really nice job of finding the holes and getting open for him so he could deliver the ball to him.
Do you get the sense that the kids, as the year has gone on, Bob, are getting more comfortable in their roles and what's expected from them?
Yeah, this team's been one that, these guys have been with me 4 years, and they're pretty stinking smart about football and know our fundamentals, know our calls. I'm able to do a lot of stuff with these guys offensively for sure. We put some stuff in last night, and it was like we'd done it from day one, and so that makes me feel good as a coach, and they were confident in what we put in, and it was 8 to 10 things, and they acted like we'd been doing it forever. So, and we're training the younger kids to do the same thing that the varsity kids are doing. And usually the young kids can do screens and draws and run the zone play. But this group, we're forcing them to do all the things that the varsity does. So that's probably just going to help us later on down the road. And they competed pretty well in JV games. And I know they got beat by Liberty Center's freshmen, but they learned a lot from that game, and then they beat Whiteford's JV on Monday handedly, so I was proud of them for that. So we need to play the big and better teams for us to get better as a program, so that's our goal.
Well, next up for your group, a road trip to Montpelier Friday night. Tell me what you know about them.
Well, they have their quarterback from last year back, and the one Pontius lineman, and a couple receivers, but the quarterback makes them go. He's number 4. I'm sorry about it. I don't know his last name, but he's a big, tall kid, has a really good arm, and runs the ball well. So if he doesn't throw it to us or anything like that, they can move the ball because of his athleticism. You know, and Andy was a quarterback himself, and at 8 years old, the same story I've told before. You know, I was teaching him how to play quarterback because his dad coached for me, and so we're in contact quite a bit, and I've been talking to him this morning actually about stuff, so pretty close and everything, but they don't have very many kids again, and could be, you know, they could get tired during the game. They're very aggressive. They play hard all the way to the whistles, you know, and everything. So, and it's a big rival, especially for them. And you know how that goes in big rivalries. You never know how the ball's going to bounce, and we have to go in there with a super attitude to take care of business and protect the ball, but make tackles on the quarterback and get to the receivers and not have faux pas like we did last week on play action pass. Those are some of the things we need to do to be successful. And special teams, we have to win those every week.
It's our Brian Ford Lincoln conversation with the coach, talking with Edon frontman Bob Olwin. Bob, always a pleasure. Best of luck Friday night.
Thank you. I appreciate the coverage.
Stay with us. More to come on the pregame show when we come back.
Camco Industries, with facilities located in West Unity, Ohio and Morenci, Michigan, has openings on all 3 shifts for production and assembly operators. We manufacture interior plastic products for the automotive industry. As an operator, you will be required to visually inspect, trim, assemble, and pack parts, as well as label containers. You must be able to pass an entry-level test and a substance abuse test. Camco also has openings for shipping associates, material handlers, and production leads. Camco offers a complete benefit package. If you would like to join our team, please complete an application online at www.kumi-na.com or in person at Camco, 1001 East Jackson Street, West Unity, Ohio, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. All rehires will be considered for employment.
Always supporting student athletes and coaches in the Edon School District, the Edon Athletic Boosters. The Edon Athletic Boosters would like to take this opportunity to salute the student athletes and coaches in tonight's game. Hey, how would you like to be a part of the Edon Athletic Boosters? Come to a meeting and find out what they're all about. Maybe even volunteer at a concession stand. For more information, phone 419-272-3213. The Edon Athletic Boosters, supporting student athletes and coaches in Edon.
Looking to power up your projects? Head to Donaldson's Ace Hardware on North Union Street in Bryan. Right now, buy a Milwaukee M18 compact drill and impact driver kit, sawzall, grinder, or a pack-out 2.5 wet dry vac, and get a free M18 red lithium XC battery. Or go for a DeWalt 20-volt max impact wrench, jigsaw, sander, or ratchet tool, and snag a free 20-volt max power stack battery and charger starter kit. The tools you need, the deals you can't miss. Donaldson's Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
With over 30 years of experience in caring for patients' eyes, Dr. Sainholtz and Koonsman have the knowledge to find the right vision correction option for you. From glasses to laser vision correction to the latest development of the overnight contact lenses, Dr. Sainholtz and Koonsman at Tri-State Vision Center want to be your next option. Phone 419-485-4257. Monday and Wednesday evening and Saturday appointments available. It's not just about your eyes, it's about your health at the Tri-State Vision Center.
Diving into some of the season numbers, Kyler Sapp for Edon completing 67% of his passes right now, 1,464 yards, 23 touchdowns, just 1 INT on the season. He's also the leading rusher with 260 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns on the season. Receivers with 35 catches, Kendall Brigle, 34 catches, Max Radebaugh, Cohen Hulbert has 18 catches, Eli Dickman with 16 are the top wide receivers. Hayden Sharps for Montpelier, completing 55% of his passes, 6 touchdowns, 6 INTs. He's thrown for 808 yards. Griffin Cooley, the leading rusher at 191. Cooley, the leading receiver, 15 catches for 301 yards and a couple of touchdowns as well. We're rolling on the Allied Molded Products pregame show tonight. Think inside the box at Allied Molded Products. Going to step aside, take another quick break. We'll get Mike's thoughts on this one. Edon and Montpelier as we continue on this overcast Friday night and windy night here in Northwest Ohio. Stay with us.
Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, wants to say good luck to the Edon Bombers in tonight's athletic contest. Precise Metal Form is a proud supporter of Edon Bomber athletics, both boys and girls sports. Precise Metal Form in Bryan, saluting the athletes on all of their hard work and wishing them the best of luck in this athletic contest. Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, saying go Bombers in this game.
Family is at the heart of everything we do. At Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, we understand that your family's needs evolve over time, and we're here to support you through every stage of your journey. Whether it's saving for your kids' education, upgrading to a larger home, or planning for retirement, we're here to help you prioritize what matters most. Join us at Midwest Community, and let's build a stronger financial future for your family. Visit us online at midwestcommunity.org to learn more today.
Your friends at your neighborhood Edon Farmers Co-op Country Store would like to invite you to stop in at the Edon, Montpelier, and Edgerton stores to check out their complete line of pet supplies, animal feed, and outdoor products. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is ready to answer all of your questions concerning their complete line of Kalmbach, Land O'Lakes, and much, much more. For your convenience, your purchase can be carried to your vehicle by one of their employees. Be sure to stop by soon and see them at your hometown country store, the Edon Farmers Co-op.
All right, Andy Brigle, Mike Bumb back here in Montpelier. Let's get some thoughts on this one, Foz. Starting with Montpelier, big underdog on paper tonight. How do they make this a game? How do they hang in there against undefeated Edon?
Winds are very heavy tonight out of the northeast. That means it's going to be very difficult for quarterbacks to throw. Wind is the worst thing for a quarterback, much more than rain. With that being said, I think I'd press. Now, again, Edon's receivers are a lot better than Montpelier's defensive backs, but I think you need to press them because there's going to be a lot of short and intermediate routes. I don't look for very many deep routes because the wind's going to be so difficult to throw in, and therefore I think Montpelier needs to disrupt the passing game by playing those intermediate and short routes. That means they're going to have to get up and play press coverage.
Offensively, then, obviously, it got to be a clean game.
Yeah, they're going to have to play pretty much perfect. They're going to have to get some big chunk plays. That also is going to be very difficult because of the reasons I just said to you. So I think in the running game is their best chance. Griff Cooley is a really good football player, good enough to start on any team in Northwest Ohio. Get the ball to him early and often.
All right, for Edon tonight to go to 6-0. Simple diagnosis tonight?
It really is simple. Don't self-destruct. Don't turn the ball over a lot of times. Win on first down and put yourself in second down in short situations. You've got a better roster. The whole idea with Edon, I think, is to take care of business early, get in, get out, and worry about the next game injury-free.
Those are some thoughts on this one tonight as part of our Allied Molded Products pregame show. The officials working the game tonight, referee Mike Mankey, umpire is Alex Parton, Sean Zolman is the line judge, Scott Brubaker the headlinesman, the back judge is Jeff Richmond, and Greg Daniels is the center judge for tonight's game. Again, your pregame brought to you tonight by Allied Molded Products. Think inside the box with Allied Molded Products. Coverage tonight also being brought to you by, in part, Tri-State Vision Center, Fackler Monument Company, Strong Real Estate Services, the Edon Farmers Co-op, and the Montpelier Athletic Boosters. Edon comes in at 5-0 on the year. Montpelier at 1-4. Montpelier won the toss, Foz, and they want to get that offense right on the field. They'll receive the football to begin this thing, and you like that decision.
I do like that. When you're the underdog, again, listen, there's going to be a chance for a continuous clock here in the second half. That means when the score is 30 points or more. Why not get as many opportunities offensively as you can? See if you can hang around as long as you possibly can, and the only way to do that is to get the ball first. So, yes, I do like that decision by Montpelier.
Montpelier will be moving left to right here in this opening quarter of play. Griffin Cooley and Carter Meek are going to go deep. Kyler Sapp is going to kick it off. Again, extremely windy. We're expecting that wind to be with us throughout the night. Sustained winds in the 20s, gusts into the 30s, and potential 40s as well. And we've already seen a burst of shower activity. More of that could come in play tonight as well.
Both teams like to throw the ball. Edon throws the ball 95% of the time. Montpelier throws the ball 90% of the time. So it really hurts both squads. So I don't know if there's really any one team will benefit more than the other.
Montpelier in their all blue uniforms, the dark blue with the white numbers. Edon in their all white uniforms with the blue stripes, blue helmets here this evening. Our first trip to Montpelier for a game. We saw them earlier in the year at Edgerton. For Edon, we have seen them a number of different times. They are the only unbeaten team here in Williams County, currently sitting number 2 in Division 7, Region 26. And off we go in week number 6. It will be Carter Meek who sees it skid past him and skid into the end zone for a touchback. And Montpelier will begin on their own 20-yard line. One thing of note, though, from this game when we saw Montpelier back against Edgerton is they did not have Cam Smith that night. Cam Smith is here and able to play. He was out with an injury in that game. By the way, Cam Smith broke the all-time receptions record last game with 101. He's now 250 away from career yards. Hayden Sharp's 312 yards away from career yards record and 4 touchdown passes away from the career TD passes as well. So just some things to keep an eye on. Sharps has a running back on either side. He'll send a man in motion. That is Meek to the near side. Wanted to throw a swing, but before anything started, we're going to get a false start against Montpelier. Kind of an ominous beginning there. So the false start means it will be a 1st and 15 to start this drive. Now back on the 15.
Look to see what Edon is in defensively here. If they come out in man-to-man or a zone look.
They have one of the best defensive tackles in the area in Parker Kelly, a great second-level player in Cohen Hulbert. Also, Blake Baker has had a nice season as well. Snap comes, and on 1st and 15, Sharps under immediate pressure from Kelly, flush to the far side. Sharps on the run is going to get positive yardage, get all of the yardage back, lost on the penalty, plus a couple, so give him 7, and it will be a 2nd down and 8 coming up.
Just a broken play, and this is the things that you see both from Sharps and from Kyler Sapp, their ability to play ground play, and that is simply when the original play breaks down, they tuck it and they run and show their athleticism.
Just across the 20-yard line at the 22, hash mark far side on 2nd down and 8 for this Montpelier offense.
I think probably, Andy, you're seeing really the 2 best quarterbacks in the TAC tonight, with Kyler Sapp clearly being the best. And I tell you, Hayden Sharp doesn't have quite the weapons that Kyler Sapp does, but he's got a big-time arm and only a junior.
Don't fall asleep on Chase Miller at Ottawa Hills, another veteran kid that's back.
I don't mean to undervalue Ottawa Hills.
I'm throwing another name out there. Right. Another one. Quick toss to the near side, coming to Cooley. Cooley at the 20, trying to get the edge. A missed tackle gets him out near the 25-yard line before he is ushered out of bounds by Briggs Gallahue. He got out near the 28, so it'll be a 3rd down coming up here.
Just a quick little sweep there, quick pitch. Again, Andy Robinson electing to keep the ball on the ground here, try to get the clock moving. It's going to be very difficult to throw the ball deep because I tell you, I don't know if that's Hurricane Helena or the remnants of it or the foreshadowing of it or what, but it is windy out there.
3rd and 2 from the 28. He got 6 on that run. And here's an opportunity, something we didn't really talk too much about. If they're able to get this 1st down, I think they're going to be very deliberate offensively as well and use that play clock to their advantage to try to shorten the game, shorten possessions. Edon wants to come on a blitz, and if they're coming on it, Montpelier had a screen that they were hoping to set up, but Edon took that away as well. So a really good job all around by Edon defensively as that pass falls incomplete. The rush was coming, the jailbreak screen was set up, but the Edon DBs read it all the way, and now it'll be 4th and 2 from their own 28, but there is a penalty flag, and they're going to get a grounding call.
And I really think that's a bad call, Andy, because Cam Smith was leaking out into the flat area on that, and I think that's just a poor decision there by the officials. Clearly, he was trying to throw the ball. Hayden Sharps was away, but there's a guy in the vicinity that was available for Montpelier. So a break for Edon.
And now a fantastic opportunity for Edon to get an extremely short field with this wind, because the punt is going to happen for Sharps. He is standing 3 yards deep in his end zone. Caden Stantz is inched up inside the 35-yard line to return this punt. Remember, that's a loss of down, and you get that yardage on that penalty as well. Here comes the kick by Sharps, and it's a really good punt against this wind. It'll be fielded all the way back at the 47. He splits through, but cannot shake free of Jackson Staler, who was hanging on. Short return for Stantz to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, that could have been a really bad situation for Montpelier, as you said, punting from your own end zone into, or at least partially into, a really strong wind, but Sharps just booted a nice one. And good coverage that time by Jackson Staler.
44-yard line of Montpelier, though. They'll get a short field still to work with.
If you watch Edon historically, and Bob Owen, what he loves to do is dink and dunk the ball, especially in the first half, regardless of what the weather conditions are, and he tries to spread the wealth as much as possible. You'll see him going to one receiver, one down, another receiver the next down, and Edon that time had moved a little bit early.
Swing pass near side is incomplete. Montpelier wanted a flag on thinking Edon had jumped. Zeppelin Morales, though, had good coverage. Actually, if he'd have been looking up, he had a shot at a pick.
He really did. And you could see the wind right there. The ball just didn't quite go where Kyler Sapp wanted to. And another really, I think, I want to gang up on the officials. They do a great job. But on this call there, Edon clearly jumped before the snap there, and no call.
2nd and 10 after the incomplete swing pass. 2nd and 10 from the 44. 5 wide look for the Bombers. Trips to the left. Twins to the right. Sapp to throw. Little hook route, and it is caught. And advancing is Radeball. He'll have the first down as he's wrestled down at about the 33-yard line. Sharps and Cooley coming up to help make that stop, but it's a gain of 11 to the 33-yard line. 1st and 10, Edon. Hash mark near side. Just underway, quarter number 1, a little more than a minute in. Montpelier going 3 and out. Edon spreading the field, a 5 wide look. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. The 2 to the left to the short side of the field. Sapp fires, far side. Pass is caught. It's Radeball, I think, again, who is taken down. Quick check that. It'll be Eli Dickman, who is tackled by Cam Smith on that far side. A short gain on the play down to the 26-yard line, so he'll get about 6 on the pass play. 2nd and 4.
I've seen enough Edon games. This is going to go to somebody other than Radeball and Dickman. Again, Coach Owen likes to get everybody involved, especially those first couple series. He'll dink and dunk you that first half, and then he starts testing the secondary deep the second half.
3 to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Sapp throws a screen pass to the near side. Is it a catch and fumble? Or did they rule incomplete? They must have ruled incomplete. It was intended. It was going to be a different kid. You're right, Foz. And that's Christian Owens, who is a young man that
hasn't gotten a whole lot of time, has he? Is it a different number tonight?
No, Christian Owens, I don't think, was out originally on the roster, actually, and has decided to come out because on an old roster that we had from not that long ago, there is no Christian Owens at 33, but an updated roster has him here as the 6'2 junior, so he must have come out late. So it'll be a 3rd and a long 3, and now they're going to make it 3rd and 8 because Edon jumped a false start. Montpelier was showing a blitz, and that will back them up 5. So 3rd down and 8 now for Edon coming up.
This is where Kyler Sapp has been so effective at every level, probably more so in the NFL level. 3rd down conversions are everything. Well, nobody's been better at the high school level, at least in our area, than Kyler Sapp converting 3rd down conversions.
He did. We one of our trusted sources tells us that is listening tonight that Christian Owens was not out originally. I thought that was, I knew he wasn't out originally, just not sure when he eventually came out, so he is now back in the mix and is playing.
Who knows the story?
5 wide look on 3rd and 8. Sapp has no pressure, but he does have another penalty marker, and Edon moved again.
Yeah, and some of that, again, you don't want to make excuses. Coaches don't want to make excuses, but when that wind is howling in your earpiece, sometimes it's hard to hear the cadence. And
how do you settle in then?
You just got to focus. There's not a whole lot you can do. Turn your head a little bit to keep the wind out the best you can, and just try to mentally kind of be locked in a little bit more than what you would on a night that you didn't have any wind.
So with your all-state biography, you would much rather throw with an extremely wet ball in a driving rainstorm than 30-mile-an-hour
Every
wind?
single quarterback will tell you a wet ball is not nearly as difficult to throw the ball than the wind. It really is difficult to throw. There's nothing you can do about it.
3rd and 13 from the 36. Sapp throws a crosser. It is caught by Radabaugh, and then he uses that speed, the quick burst up the field. Depending on the spot, he is going to be really close to a first down, and that spot has him short. So on 3rd and 13, he gets 12, and now it will be 4th and 1, and Edon's offense will stay out there from the 24-yard line of Montpelier.
This is usually a time for Edon where they like to direct snap it to Kyler Sapp or give the ball to number 8, Cohen Holbert, who's been their bull.
And they're both
in the
there.
middle, and right behind Parker Kelly.
Here's 4th and 1. It's a give, and it's a first down give for Cohen Holbert, who is able to plunge inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. On 4th and 1, he'll get 7, and Edon keeps the drive alive.
And if you watch Parker Kelly, now Edon goes with some tempo, but Parker Kelly had a great wall-down block that time and just annihilated the defender.
1st and 10 at the 17 of Montpelier. 2-by-2 look. Holbert still in the backfield, gets another carry. Holbert bounces outside 15. Holbert is going to be dragged down on the play near the 11-yard line. Wesley Hartsock, the sophomore, came up to make the stop.
Wesley Hartsock, a really good-looking young athlete from Montpelier, a three-sport athlete. Didn't play the first time that we saw them, Andy, but long, about 6'2", 6'3", playing defensive back and a wide receiver.
2nd down and 5. It's a long 5, but we'll call it 2nd and 5 just outside the 12-yard line. 3 minutes in, first possession for Edon. Montpelier went 3 and out. 2nd and 5 from the 12-yard line. 2-by-2 look, a handoff to the right side, and before anything happens, we have a timeout on the field taken by Andy Robinson in Montpelier. So we'll step aside and take one as well. No score, Montpelier and Edon, but the Bombers on the move when we come back.
With an independent insurance agent, you can be sure that you're getting the right coverage at the right price. At Best Insurance and Financial Services, it's all about relationships. We work one-on-one with you to make sure your auto, home, farm, or business is protected by a quality insurance company. That's why we work with Ohio Mutual Insurance Group. We know you can trust Ohio Mutual to protect what matters most to you and your family. Once you see how Ohio Mutual cares for your needs, you'll trust them as well. Give us a call at 419-272-2888. We can recommend the best coverage from the best companies like Ohio Mutual.
Welcome back out here in Montpelier at Hobie Krause Field on an overcast and very windy night. We've already seen some rain, chance of that also throughout the evening. Montpelier had the ball, went 3 and out. Edon has cashed in on a 4th down after having a 3rd and 13, getting it to a 4th and 1, collecting that first down. Now they have a 2nd down and 5. From the 12-yard line of Montpelier. Ball nestled on the hash mark to the nearest side to us. Edon 5-0, Montpelier 1-4. Montpelier took that timeout, their first of the evening. Holbert remains in the backfield. 1 receiver left. 3 receivers are bunched to the right side here on 2nd down and 5. It's a low snap. Sapp picks it up off the turf. Now flushed away from one man, is on the move to his left. 20, may run. 15, 10, 5, lowers his shoulder. Meanwhile, Cooley lowered the boom, knocked him out of bounds, but it will be a first down. Sapp scrambling for 10. It'll be 1st and goal, Edon at the 2.
Again, what makes both of these quarterbacks, Hayden Sharps and Kyler Sapp, I think, so effective is just that right there, their ability to tuck the ball when there's nothing there and run and make positive yards.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line of Montpelier. Confusion now for Montpelier. They have a defender that's offside, so this is a free play, although they stop it because he was across the neutral zone. There was confusion. One man had run. Actually, one was off. A second was running in and then thought maybe I need to get off. Did we have too many out there? And they were in the neutral zone.
Yeah, they were trying to get the personnel that they wanted out there. Edon, to their credit, was going tempo and no huddled, and Montpelier just got caught in no man's land there.
So half the distance penalty now, a 1st and goal at the 1. Sapp to Holbert, dances his way into the end zone for an easy touchdown, and Edon strikes first on a Cohen Holbert 1-yard touchdown run. 6-0 Bombers, capping off a 10-play, 44-yard drive. that included a 4th-and-1 conversion. Eden has done both this year. Kick extra points, go for 2. Sapp has moved into that kicking role. In fact, handles all kicking duties, kicking, kickoffs, and punt.
Who am I to question Bob Owen after 45 years? But with the offense they've got, and the kicking game has been erratic at best, I don't know why they just don't go for 2 every single time.
And there's a partial block right on cue for the Foz as the extra point is denied.
We've done 3 Eden games. They've not looked good in any of them, and their offense is so successful. It's just a mystery to me why they don't go for 2. But I also haven't coached 45 years, and I'm not a future Hall of Famer like Ball Owen is, so we'll go with what he says. He's won a lot of games. What do you think, Angie?
I agree. 6-0 our score as we go to a break. Eden on top.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
See Cannell Insurance Agency of downtown Montpelier, your auto owner's insurance agent.
As the season has gone on, I guess just to put the bow on this, I guess it's been close to a month into the season when Christian Owens came to the coaches just to complete that story to come out. And apparently the captains got involved and asked their thoughts on this. He's been mostly playing JV, so the team was involved a little bit in the decision, but still it's tough. It's a tough decision to make. I mean, you were a head football coach. Would you I don't know. Maybe every case is different.
I don't know what their situation is.
But anyways,
so I will not opine.
It is still, I'm sure, been a hot button issue at times, but he's out, he's on the team, and you move onward now. Since it's already out there, you got to make it work, right? Let's go back to the drive.
Yeah.
Very impressive 10-play drive, and now they cash in. Little mix of everything and a little run from the Eden offense.
Hey, listen, you saw Eden run the ball a little bit more than what they normally do early on, and there was one time before the flag got thrown they were going to run the ball 3 consecutive plays in a row, and I don't believe we've seen that all year out of Eden. But
no.
Again, efficiency, spreading the ball around, Kyler Sapp making good decisions, and simply had good field position there, short field to work with, and Kyler Sapp is always a threat when there's nothing there, just tuck it and playground ball in it.
So Montpelier were the 1st and 10 at their own 29. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Almost a power set in the backfield and a run off the left side. That is Meek, who will get across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. Coming up to make the stop for Eden is Braden Worley, who has had a nice season.
He has, defensively, and Carter Meek from Montpelier is one of those young players who's going to be outstanding, probably playing a little bit before you'd like to. You'd like to not have to play freshman, but he's one of the better athletes in those younger grades, and they're thinking big things for him down the road for the Locomotives.
All for naught because a marker down will move Montpelier back.
Well, I tell you what, we've seen a lot of penalties so far here, and with these two teams throwing the ball every down and the wind and all the penalties, it'll be lucky if we get out here by 2 a.m.
That penalty will take Montpelier back to the 22-yard line. So it'll be a 1st and 17 for Montpelier. 6-0 Eden on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard in this Week 6 matchup. Again, played a thriller last year over in Eden. Fairview has jumped to a lead on Paulding, 7-0. Fairview had a huge lead on Sonora last week and let that get away. Scramble by Sharps. Scrambling still. Lau looks down the field and just chucks it onto the track and throws it away.
Yeah, just not much there. Pressure. Again, it looked like at least that time Eden was man-to-man in the secondary. And it's going to be tough for Montpelier to get some separation against Eden. Again, if they even do, it's so difficult to throw a deep ball in this kind of windy conditions.
TAC update. Ottawa Hills has struck first. They lead Northwood 6-0. Patrick Henry in the NWOAL on top of Wasion 7-0. Next week we'll be in Paulding to see those Panthers for the first time as they host Edgerton in a GMC matchup next Friday night. 2nd and 17 coming up for Montpelier. Back at their 22-yard line, moving left to right, trailing 6-0. 4 down linemen for the Bombers. And now the backers are coming on a blitz. An out route is thrown high and wide, and Sharps took a shot as he was releasing it to Cameron Smith, and it'll be 3rd and long.
You know, and that's a problem there because that was a one-step drop there by Sharps, if even that. He caught it and released it, and having somebody in his back backfield right there, give him a hit. That's not very good up front. So got to do a little bit better job to protect the quarterback.
3rd down and 17 for Montpelier from their own 22. It's an empty backfield. 5 wide look. Trips to the left, twins to the right side. Montpelier under some duress. Sharps throws it up. This is a ball that's a hanger, and it's going to be picked off by Stantz at the 45. Returns to the 40. There's a flag coming in. This is going to be, I think, on the return. The INT is going to stand, and now we get another late flag that has come in. That last one's a dead ball. It's a personal foul on somebody or an unsportsmanlike. The first flag is either going to be maybe on the after. It's going to be post-interception on both penalties.
What have we got? What do we had? 6 penalties already, and we're only 5 minutes into the first quarter here. So, team's got to clean it up a little bit better, or we got to let a little bit go. I don't know what the situation is here, but there's just too many penalties right now.
It'll be a pass interference against Edon. Beg your pardon. So it's not both post penalty. Then the dead ball unsportsmanlike is also on Edon. So both markers, and they're both going to count because you get the PI yardage and then you get the dead ball foul yardage as well. My apologies. I thought that was after the pick.
It was a late flag that came in, and
that penalty yardage is 30 in yards. It brings Montpelier all the way into Edon territory at the 48-yard line. And now Bob Olwyn asking for an explanation of things on that far sideline. Edgerton and Ayersville tied at 7 in the first quarter. Ayersville winless. Edgerton trying to regroup after the punishing loss at Wayne Trace last week. So after the huge penalty yardage, Montpelier a 1st and 10 at the Edon 48-yard line. Sharps, a quick toss on that punch ahead, and Parker Kelly sniffed it out immediately as they were trying to get Cooley unleashed. And Kelly blasted through and slams him for a loss all the way back at the 43-yard line. That's a loss of 9 on the play.
Yeah, and that will go down as a pass play because it was a shuffle pass. So that will be Sharp's first completion. Unfortunately, it's for -5 yards.
An update to an update. Edgerton has taken the lead on Ayersville, 14-7. Ben, you can't be faster than my sister-in-law who's at the game, but you have to work harder. You just have to work harder back there to be ahead of her in the game. So it'll be 2nd down on a loss back to the 43, 2nd down and 19. Edon showing blitz, and here they come. Sharps has a one-on-one looking down the sideline. It's underthrown. It's back into the middle of the field, and they're lucky. Montpelier's lucky it was not picked up on that middle of the field. Briggs Gallahue had a play on the football on a kind of a dying quail, and now it'll be 3rd and 19.
And the wind took that ball a good 5 yards that time, or it would have been picked off.
So 3rd and 19 from the 43-yard line. End of 1, Kenton 7, Defiance nothing.
Love what Defiance is doing. I picked them to win tonight. Kenton, 10 years ago, they were kind of the cream of the crop. Maybe 15 time gets away from you. But
what's DraftKings got the Defiance Kenton line at?
They got the dogs +6, -6, excuse me.
Liberty Center, a 7-0 lead on Bryan. Liberty's got a pick-your-score game tonight against Bryan. If they want to hang 90 on them, they possibly could. 3rd and 19 coming up. Rollout, a mini rollout to the far side for Sharps. Hit as he delivers, but it's in the flat. It's caught by Cooley, and he has nowhere to run. Met by Carter Stanky. A short gain on the play, and it'll be a 4th down from the 46. So 4th down and still about 15 to get the 1st down. Really, give him 4.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, Andy, but I really love how Sharps hung in there, delivered the pass, took a real big shot, and that's something you don't want to see Hayden Sharps take because he is so critical for any kind of success Montpelier is going to have in the future. He's got to stay healthy.
So officially it'll be marked at the 45, a 4th and 17. We have 5:40 to go in this first quarter. 6-0 Montpelier trailing Edon. Sharps on to punt. He juggled and dropped it, and now is under pressure and has to run and is not going to make it back to the 45-yard line and kind of landed awkwardly back at the 40-yard line. He's up and okay, but once that drop happened, Edon was chasing it like dogs chasing a scent, and it'll be another short field for the Bombers.
Yeah, Edon, obviously what we'd expect, a much more mature defensive line against a immature, meaning young offensive line, and right now Montpelier's having difficulties just kind of holding them up for just a second or so. But that's on Sharps that time. He just simply dropped that ball.
The first possession for Edon began at the Montpelier 44. This one starts at the Montpelier 40, already up 6-0. 5 wide look, 3 of them to the right. Sapp has no pressure at all the time in the world. Now it's coming late. He got away from one man. A second man is on the move. 40, 35, dragged down from behind at about the 33-yard line. Smith was the young man giving chase, but that should have been a sack. But the athleticism and strength of Kyler Sapp turned that from -5 into a gain of 8.
Yeah, and Logan Pontius, the best defensive lineman and offensive lineman for the Locomotives, had Kyler Sapp dead to rights there and just didn't complete the tackle. And Kyler Sapp does what Kyler Sapp does, makes something out of nothing.
2nd and 2 for Edon at the Montpelier 32-yard line. The snap going to take us under the 5-minute mark. Plenty of time on the play clock. We're at 15. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left on 2nd down and 2. Sapp on a sprint out to the right, throws on the run. Got a man open and just sailed on him a little bit. It was intended for Colton Willis and is incomplete. It'll be 3rd and short.
Sapp right now is 4 for 6, Andy, for 31 yards. Last week against Whiteford, he threw the ball 30 times in the first half. That's half.
Had a 70% completion percentage last year. I mean, I mentioned the INTs are way down and only just one, but the percentage, the completion percentage is also, that's another great stat that has climbed as well.
His stats are just fake. They're so good.
5 wide on 3rd and 2. Sapp about ready to be blindsided, does get hit, gets away from 1, gets away from 2, gets away from 3. It's still going to be a sack and a lost yardage, but a heck of an effort. Montpelier pinballing him around outside the 40-yard line. Sapp able to struggle to get back to about the 38. Good defensive play that time by Montpelier, and it has now made this a 4th down that's a little bit tougher. It'll be a 4th and 8 for Edon back at the Montpelier 38-yard line.
Yeah, great job that time by Malachi Smith coming in off the left defensive end and had a free shot at Sapp, but just couldn't complete it. And then other Locomotives that were there to clean up.
And a big 4th down after this timeout taken by Edon, up 6-0. We'll have the 4th down snap when we come back.
Harvest is here and you don't want to cook? Make it a pizza night. Give us a call at 419-272-2452. Ask about our great weekly and weekend specials. Here at Edon Pizza, we strive to have the freshest buns, pizza dough, and produce. Edon Pizza, located in downtown Edon.
Welcome back out here to Montpelier. Got an update late in the first quarter. Delta leading Swanton 14-0. Delta let one get away last week against Archibald, but still in a really good spot as far as playoff points are concerned.
Yeah, I think they're going to make it this year. Again, a very young team. The future's bright. You knew they must have a lot of talent because our friend Mike Vickers decided to take the job. He isn't going where there's not a lot of talent, that's for sure.
It's a great point. 4th down and 8. Both teams using a timeout here in this opening quarter. As this quarter has, I guess the first word that comes to mind is taken an eternity.
Yeah, between the penalties and...
Here's your 4th down. 4th down and 8. Sapp, 3-man rush, steps up, slings it over the middle. It is incomplete through the hands of Kendall Brigle. The hit applied by Jackson Staler. And Montpelier comes up with a critical stop on downs and will take over.
Yeah, that's a big stop for Montpelier. Now they have the ball at the 50-yard line or abouts. And what this does, in a sense, then it should, at the very least, whether something materializes out of this drive or not, at least flip the field from a field perspective situation, because Edon's had the ball twice, their 2 possessions, on the 50-yard line or even farther in Montpelier territory.
Yeah, plus territory both times for Edon. 44 and the 40-yard line. This drive for Montpelier is their best start. It'll be at their own 38-yard line. Split backfield. They're going to put Sharps under center with a receiver both ways on this 1st down and 10. Now they'll bring Cooley up as almost a lead back for Meek. Man comes in motion, and a toss coming here on a sweep toss to Wesley Hartsock, and nothing doing. It is sniffed out and read beautifully by Gage and Nestor, flowing to the football effectively for another negative play for this Montpelier offense. Update now, it's Liberty Center, 14-0 on Bryan. By the way, our thoughts and prayers go out to Scott Staten and his family. Scott lost his dad this week, so thinking of that family as well. Edgerton a 14-7 lead in that game over Ayersville. Fairview a 14-0 lead on Paulding. So keeping an eye on game. And by the way, 14 points against that Paulding defense. That's a win for Fairview initially.
Fairview, of course, losing a heartbreaker last week by a point to Tenora in the final seconds.
Here's a second down and about 17 to come for the first down. Sharps on a screen to the near side. It will be caught. Pulling it off the shoelaces was Cam Smith. And Smith is able to get across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Not quite all the lost yardage back, but a 3rd and 12 coming up. Patrick Henry 14, Wasion 0. End of 1.
Right now, and Hayden Sharps is 3 for 7. Still got the negative yardage because of that long pass part of that shuffle pass play. Went for negative 9 yards.
3rd and 12 for Montpelier at their own 36-yard line. 2 receivers each way, with a running back in standing next to Sharps, working out of the shotgun here on 3rd and 12. Sharps with a snap, a deep drop, wants to set up screen. He threw it behind the receiver, but the catch is still made by Hartsock. Hartsock across the 45, spins ahead to the 47-yard line. He'll be spun down by Worley on the play. And now a decision, probably not much of a decision for Andy Robinson, because you have a manageable down here. It'll be 4th and 2 after the gain of 10. You're on your side of the field, but you've already mentioned it. You don't have as good an overall roster. You've got to take some chances, and this is a calculated risk here. Even though it's on your side, you're near midfield, and it's a 4th and 2 from your own 46. A minute 55 to go in this first quarter. 4th and 2, Montpelier at their own 46. Split backfield, receiver both ways, tight end to the right. Play clock down to 10. Sharps getting the hand signal. They may bring this all the way down and take a timeout even. And that's what appears is going to happen, because Montpelier is nowhere near snapping it, and here is your timeout taken. We'll spend it with them. 1:33 to go in the first quarter. 6-0 Edon, a 4th and 2 for the Locos offense near midfield when we come back.
Newcomers Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger have served Northwest Ohio for over 120 years. They provide a full range of legal services, including real estate transactions, estate planning and trust administration, elder law, family law, business planning and litigation, personal injury, workers' comp, criminal and traffic defense, and more. Newcomers Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger also supports the athletes in schools in Northwest Ohio and wish them the best of luck in this game.
All right, 4th and 2. We love the decision that they're going for it. So tell us a little bit now what the call should be.
I'm a big proponent of getting the ball under your most valuable player when you need it most, and that's Griff Cooley. So some kind of design. I don't know if you can run the ball. Montpelier's shown no evidence to me that they can block Edon up front. So it's got to be something on the perimeter, a swing pass, a slant pass. But I think you get the ball to Cooley somewhere out in the open area.
4th down and 2 for Montpelier. Ball middle of the field. Staying with that formation of a split backfield, tight end to the right, receiver to the right and left on 4th down and 2. Sharps working under center. Edon creeping 8, 9 men in the box. Handoff left side. Meek is not going to get there. They wanted to go to that left halfback, Carter Meek. He may have gotten a yard, but he needed 2, and the Edon defense stands tall.
Yeah, probably not the first option I would go to if I was going to nitpick, simply because you're going to a freshman to get a long 2 there. And I get the idea of maybe using Griff Cooley as a decoy, but Edon's going to take over on downs here.
I don't even know why. Good Lord, why are we measuring this?
Yeah, that's not even close. Got a lot of stoppages here, Andy, on a windy night. And,
I'm all for if it's close, but that's a full yard, maybe a yard and a half.
Yeah. No reason to stop the game for that. There's a thing called flow.
You know, in your officiating days,
yeah, that's right, brother.
Nobody worked a game better than the Foz about keeping flow in a basketball game.
You got to keep it moving, man. Yeah, and that's a good yard short.
Yeah, it's may have been the worst measurement I've seen at any level as far as one needed. It was not even close. So they take over, and it's another drive for Edon that's going to start on the Montpelier side of the field.
Yeah, and we talked about maybe because of the stand there by Montpelier, flipping the field didn't happen. Montpelier couldn't convert there.
I'm still okay with them going.
Oh, you gotta. You're the underdog. You're in the game. Hey, we're a minute left in the first quarter here, and it's only a 6-point game.
Sapp working in the shotgun, hands off right side, but there is a marker down, and it's going to be an illegal substitution against Montpelier.
No,
or against Edon, I beg your pardon. That's going to back them up 5. So now it'll be 1st and 15 back at their own 40. This will be the first snap Edon's going to take in their territory this entire quarter, and it's because of a penalty. So 1st down and 15 back at the 48. Again, game reset, 6-0, Edon with a lead. They scored the first time they touched the ball. 10-play, 44-yard drive on a 1-yard Hulbert TD run. It's now 1st and 15. We've had 3 straight possession end on downs. One of those was Montpelier dropping. They were trying to punt, but just dropped it and ended up getting stopped. So back to a traditional look, 2-by-2 receivers. Pump and go from Sapp. Once the sideline, got a plethora of receivers open, and that's one that Kyler just missed with Kendall Brigle. Not only was Brigle wide open, the receiver next to him, Briggs Gallahue, was wide open, and he just overthrew it a touch and maybe misjudged the winds and how they are tonight.
It was a little bit long, but it was still catchable. And that looked like a blown coverage from Montpelier, but you're right. Boy, oh boy, there was nobody out there for Montpelier, and that was a touchdown that should have been for the Bombers.
2nd and 15 coming up. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left, 1 running back. Sapp to throw again on 2nd down and 15. Stands tall, fires far side, pass is caught, and immediately belted is Eli Dickman near the 41-yard line, but it's a good gain on 1st down. Pick up to that 41. He'll get 11, and it'll be a 3rd and 4 coming up. 3rd and 4 from the 41 of Montpelier.
Defensive coordinator Steve Branshaw doesn't want to give the same look twice in a row to Edon. He wants to be as confusing as possible. That time the Locomotives only rushed 2 people.
3rd down and the 4 snap coming up. 2 receivers each way. Sapp to throw, and an out route pass is dropped by Radeball. He was going to his move before he had it. And on that drop, it now brings a 4th down up for Edon at the Montpelier 41-yard line.
We've seen 2 drops for Edon tonight. Normally they don't drop very many balls, those wide receiver. And one, I will say, is a questionable drops by Brigle here on the long one. I know it was a little bit overthrown, but got to zero in. And sometimes when you're heavy favorites in a game, you're not focused on that attention to detail and practice throughout the week, and it shows up on game night.
4th and 4 from the 41. Edon goes for it. 5 receiver set. 3 of them to the left, 2 to the right. So an empty backfield on 4th and 4. Sapp steps away from pressure. Tosses over the middle. Pass is caught. Radeball has it. And 1st down and more inside the 35. Spot him at the 31. And they cash in on another 4th down. This is 4th and 4. They get 10 before Radeball is tripped up.
The best route runner for the Edon Bombers is Max Radeball. And again, he's kind of in that slot position and runs really crisp, clean routes. Very often gets open.
Could have been the last snap of the quarter, but Edon wants 1 more as we bring it down towards 10 seconds. 3 receivers, bunch right, 1 to the left, play action to Hulbert. Sapp has pressure coming, gets away from trouble, on the move, but is going to be thrown down by Logan Pontius back near the line of scrimmage. It will go down as a sack because they mark him at the 32, and that's how the quarter will come to an end. Well, Edon has the lead. That was anticipated, I think, when this night began, but it's only a 1-score lead. 12 minutes of football complete. Edon 6, Montpelier nothing. You're listening to Week 6 of high school football from Hobie Krause Field on B-Rock Sports.
Peltz Lumber of Montpelier and Pioneer is here to serve you. Not only have they been offering the finest in building materials for generations, but they also have a website with over 80,000 items for you to browse right at your fingertips and in your own home. Just go to peltzlumber.com and hit the products button, and there it is. Tools, hardware, lumberyard, and building materials, windows, doors, kitchen, and bath. Check out all the items you need and the prices and stop by the store in Montpelier or Pioneer, or give them a call at 419-485-3059. Peltz Lumber, building for a new generation.
GMC update. It is Edgerton 20 and Ayersville 7. Meanwhile, at the end of one, Napoleon is down to Fremont Ross 13-0. And another TAC update, Ottawa Hills 13, Northwood 0. Ottawa Hills wants to know why Mike Bumb hates them.
I love Ottawa Hills.
You don't give them any. I got 27 texts from them last week saying,
I bet you did. I love you. No, I think they're outstanding. I just think this is Eden's year, and if Eden stays healthy, and I think that's the premise of your comment, as I said last week, if Eden would beat Whiteford, that I think they'll run the table. And you, of course, said, don't forget about Ottawa Hills. And you're exactly right. I should have given them more credit, so I apologize for that. But I think Eden's, if they stay healthy, is the cream of the tack.
So it'll be, time will tell. Second down and 11 coming up for Eden after that loss on the play. Handoff to Hulbert. Got some room on the right side. Runs into Cooley's arms near the 25-yard line. He'll pick up 7 on the run. And it'll be a 3rd and 4 for Eden. Again, if you're just joining us, they lead 6-0. Every Eden snap in this game has taken place in Montpelier territory except one. They have a 3rd and 4 from the 25-yard line of Montpelier.
But let's also give Montpelier defense credit. They've bent but haven't broke. We're into the second quarter here, and they're still in the game and only down 6-0.
Another handoff to the right side going to Hulbert. He's tripped up on the play. Good defense that time for Montpelier by Jackson Staler. We're seeing more design runs tonight from Bob Olwyn, obviously because of the conditions that we're playing in here this evening.
And Montpelier's got a 4th down situation here. If their defense could win this down and get off the field, that's a huge victory for the Locomotives. Again, only down by a score.
It's 4th and 2 from the 23 of Montpelier. 6-0 Bombers. We're just underway in quarter number 2. 4th and 2 Eden. From the 23-yard line, 3 receivers come to the right, 1 to the left. Hulbert remains in the backfield. Sapp back in the shotgun. Sapp wants to throw the swing pass. Hulbert with the catch. Got away from a man and now is going to score a touchdown. 10-5, touchdown Eden. A play that should have been stopped for a loss. He ran away from the would-be Montpelier tackler, and now Wesley Hartsock. This is a terrible sign if you're a Montpelier fan. He is down and writhing in pain on the far side. But on the touchdown, that's all Cohen Hulbert because he was stopped for a loss on the play, shook that defender and found daylight and cruised into the end zone.
A little swing pass. Montpelier had 2 defenders there, one of them being Wesley Hartsock, who's down right now. And again, that just shows the power of Hulbert, though, because Montpelier's right there to make the tackle. They simply couldn't. Hulbert shakes him off and then runs for the score. 23
yards on the TD pass. And the immediate concern now is for Wesley Hartsock.
Didn't look like he fell all that awkward. You never know, and you don't want to speculate, but didn't look like it was anything that sometimes you can tell by a weird fall, but didn't appear. But we'll see. Hopefully he's okay. He's a really good athlete, 3-sport athlete for Montpelier. And first game was week 4 of this season, and he's been an added boost of talent that they've definitely needed in the wide receiver and defensive back position.
So as they work on him, we'll step out. Well, now they're just helping him to his feet, so we'll stay here now for the try. I wondered if it would be a little longer. But he's up and walking off under his own power, so that is a terrific sign.
Yeah.
See what Eden elects to do. I think that offense is getting they've heard the five loud and clear to say, forget it, go for 2 every time.
All right. Bob Owen's listening to me. What do you think? No, I don't think he is at all, nor should he, but let me tell you something.
Wait a minute. Cheryl did confide to me, his wife, that like in one of his ears is our game broadcast.
I love him.
So if the Faja says something,
nobody thinks more highly of Bob Owen than you and I do. We love him. I just simply can't figure out the rationale when you got the best offense in Northwest Ohio and your kicking game isn't very good that you don't go for two. That's just our opinion.
And they are going for two. It's Hulbert on the zone read. It's the pull by Sapp, who walks into the end zone. Great job by Kyler that time to extend the play, the zone read, and he rode it out, pulled it, and able to cruise into the end zone. So Sapp for two. It's 14-0. Now Edon with the lead. Now we'll step out back in 30.
John Dye and everyone at Strong Real Estate in Montpelier would like to wish all the athletes in tonight's game good luck. Located right in the heart of Montpelier, Ohio, Strong Real Estate Solutions is successfully helping people find that perfect home, building lot, or commercial property. Strong Real Estate Associates are available to provide you with full service in all your real estate needs. Contact John Dye today at Strong Real Estate Solutions in Montpelier, Ohio.
Welcome back to Montpelier. Lots of scores to update. Let's start in the NWOAL. Archbold 14, Evergreen 7, Delta dusting Swanton 21-0. Liberty Center pounding Bryan 21-0. Going to the WBL, it's Defiance on top of Kenton 14-7. Fairview leading 14-7 in that matchup with Paulding. So the Panthers are on the board. One more GMC score, Wayne Trace 6 and Hicksville 0. Here it's 14-0 Edon as they punch it into the end zone on that. Hulbert has a 1-yard TD run and now has the 23-yard TD reception on Kyler Sapp's 23-yard swing pass to him, and then they get the 2-point try as the tee blows off. The wind blows the ball off the tee, so coming in to hold it will be Carter Stanke for Kyler Sapp. And now Montpelier offensively, got to get something going. Not necessarily go down and score, although that's what you'd love to do. That kick will go out of bounds, but got to get something positive here offensively, don't you think?
I really do, Andy. And again, right now, 22 total yards of offense, and have had a first down. That was aided, of course, with a penalty. But you got to get a couple first downs, and at the very least, keep your defense off the field. And I understand that most of those players are playing two ways as it is, but there's a thing called rhythm, and getting some things going that you got to get some first downs to do that.
Montpelier is going to take the penalty. We had a few of these last week where some were accepted and they just took the ball at 35. Some were re-kicks. 28-0 now, Liberty Center over Bryan. Still 9 minutes to go in the first half. You almost felt like that was one of those games where if the coaches, they wouldn't do it, but you coaches could have gotten together and said, you know what, it's probably going to be running clock by halftime.
Right.
So if you want to do that, sometimes those agreements come into play, and there's a reason for it. But I don't anticipate that happening tonight. It will be in the second half. It's almost there now at the 9-minute mark. All right, two receivers to the left, one receiver to the right. One man comes in motion. It's a toss. That's Meek, who was coming in motion. Meek ran right into the arms of Kyler Sapp out in front, who wrestles him down. Also getting credit for the tackle from behind, Kendall Brigle will be for Edon. It's a pickup of about 3 on the play for Meek, and it'll be 2nd down and 7 for Montpelier at their own 38. 10 minutes to go, first half, 14-0. Edon on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Bombers 5-0 coming in, Montpelier 1-4. Again, next week it'll be Edgerton at Paulding in the broadcast game. Looking forward to heading to Panthers country and getting a look at what's happened over there in that turnaround. And Edgerton doing a good job tonight, bouncing back from the loss at Wayne Trace a week ago. So they're still in the GMC title race if they hang on tonight. Hard snap that's low. I mean, that came hot and hard at Sharps, and he did everything he could just to cover it up, fall forward to the 36-yard line, and now it'll be a 3rd down and 9 coming up, loss of 3. So 3rd and 9, Montpelier at their own 36. Moving right to left. 26-7 Edgerton. They're a minute away from halftime in that game, we're told. By the way, how about the Faz's Detroit Tigers?
Oh. Wow, did they clinch? Welcome.
One
game away?
Magic number is 1 for Detroit coming into tonight.
Believe. Pins and needles, baby.
It's all. Foz has been Tiger since birth. Swing pass on the far side. The reception is made by Cameron Smith. He will pull an Edon tackler with him about 2 yards short of the first down. So he got 7 on the play. And now it'll be a 4th and a long 2 for Montpelier at their own 43.
And you got to go for it. I know this isn't a point in the game where if you don't get it, Edon goes down and goes up 21-zip. And then it's very difficult for Montpelier. But, again, you're a heavy underdog. And I think Coach Robinson's doing the right thing by going for it here.
Tigers and White Sox are scoreless in the 5th, we're told. By the way, you've gone for it more in the booth as a broadcaster than you ever did as a coach.
That's right. No pressure up here, baby.
4th down and 2 coming up. Man comes in motion, and that hard snap count just brought Edon into the neutral zone, and they'll steal a first down on the Sharps count. That's true, by the way.
Good discipline that time by the Montpelier offensive line, holding their water, as you like to call it there, and not moving on the hard count and forcing Edon to jump off sides.
Now, when you had those back-to-back playoff years at Hilltop and you had that St. Louis Rams offense cooking,
I love
go for it all over the place.
I've known you so long. I love how you follow up a compliment after you begin with a criticism. You're notorious for that. You'll give me 2 criticisms, then you'll come back with some beautiful compliment.
It's all about bringing you back.
It's all about evening out, isn't it?
Yeah.
I got you. I'm reading you, baby.
And I need to make sure that you keep coming back week after week. So they get the 5 yards, and it'll be a 1st and 10 near the 48-yard line.
I don't know. He's raising the roof down there. I don't know.
No, needed to add 10 seconds.
10 seconds?
So we did. 1st and 10 at their own 48. 14-0 Edon. Montpelier picking up a first down with a hard snap count. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Split backfield. Sharps working in the shotgun. Again, bringing this play clock down, game clock down. Shorten games a little bit when you're the underdog. Far side, the pass is thrown and caught. Cameron Smith picks up yardage to the 45. He'll get 7.
Coach Robinson working that right side of the field because the wind is coming from the northeast, Andy. And again, with all that velocity behind the ball, that was a good strong throw that time by Sharps.
2nd and 3 from the 45.
Montpelier again being very deliberate, taking their time, as you said, trying to milk the clock as much as they can.
Yeah, anytime you're a huge under at any level, that's part of a game plan. Shorten the game, and now you got to cash in on opportunities. Not very many of these snaps for Montpelier in Edon's territory, so can they cash in here? They'll send Meek in motion to the far side. It's started to give, and then there was maybe a miscommunication. Ball's on the turf, and now it's a fight for it down there. I think Sharps got it back. At least that's the way it initially appeared. And that's the way it will be spotted.
Just kind of an option look or a read option. Mesh point just didn't happen effectively that time. And it looked like it was, if you're the running back coach, you're going to say it's the running back's fault for that fumble. And if you're the quarterback coach, you're going to say it's the quarterback's fault for that fumble. And nonetheless, the running back, Cooley and Sharps, were not on the same page.
3rd and 4. What if that coach is the same person?
Then you're
I got you on that one, didn't I? 3rd and 4 from the 46. 2 receivers set to the right, 1 to the left. Backs are split on Sharps. Here comes a man in motion to the near side. On your 3rd down, a quick fire to the far side. Pass is caught. Smith again, and he gets away from 2 men. He could be gone. 30, 20, 10, and Hulbert caught him and saved a touchdown. Inside the 10, it'll be 1st and goal.
Just a nice little out pattern. Montpelier's working that right side of the field. A simple stop route again with the wind behind you that time. Edon has not adjusted to that side of the field, and it was a one-on-one situation there, and Cam Smith made him pay.
36 on the pitch and catch, and now it'll be 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. Big chance here for the Locos to get on the board and cut this lead potentially in half. 14-0, 5:45 to go in the half. 4 receivers set to the left, 1 receiver to the right, and an empty backfield. And now a timeout is going to be taken by Edon. 5:39 to go. First half of football. 14-0 Edon. Montpelier, though, with a 1st and goal when we come back.
Veland Chase wishes local high school sports teams a successful season. As one of the leading brass suppliers in the United States, Veland Chase manufactures brass rods, forgings, ingots, and water armor plumbing fittings at the 2 plants located in Holiday City. To learn more about products and job opportunities, visit brassjobs.com. Chase a brighter future with Veland Chase.
First and goal from the 7 for Montpelier. 4 cracks at it here for the Montpelier offense.
4 cracks at it. Again, the playbook is wide open here. Again, play action passes open. You ran the ball, I would not say effectively, but enough that I think Edon's got to honor that. And, right now you're working the right side of the field if you're a Locomotive fan with the wind behind you. You have one-on-one situations. Cam Smith's a good football player for the Locomotives, and Hayden Sharps has delivered a couple nice strikes, and we'll see what happens here. Montpelier can get in. Obviously there's a lot of 5 minutes left in the half, but only down by a touchdown. If you would tell Coach Robinson and Coach Branshaw that you'd go in at halftime or close to halftime, down 14-7, I think they would take that.
Ball spotted officially at the 8, so it'll be a first and goal at the 8-yard line.
But got to get in the end zone first. Easier said than done.
Timeout situation, both teams left with 1 for the final 5.5 minutes. First and goal at the 8. Again, it'll be an empty look, and again, 4 receivers set to the left, 1 receiver to the right. On a little one-on-one action, maybe over to Smith.
Look for Montpelier to go on the right side to Cam Smith on this.
Sharp sees the backers coming up. This is quarterback draw all the way. He got away from the first wave, and Sharp's athleticism will get him into the end zone. Parker Kelly's beside himself because he knows he whiffed, and then we've got late activity in the end zone. It's a personal foul. It's already been signaled as a personal foul, but not sure who it's on yet.
Yeah, I took my eyes down and was putting down my stats, and I didn't see what happened, but I look up and I see two flags that I think about hit the moon.
And I think it's Edon because it was the Montpelier player that was on the turf. We saw the signal for a personal foul, and they're talking to Andy Robinson, so this is going to go on Edon. But how about the effort by Hayden Sharps?
We've talked so much about the athleticism with Kyler Sapp, and rightfully so. Hayden Sharps is pretty athletic himself.
That's an 8-yard TD run that he had no business getting because it was Kelly converging on one side, and I think either Baker or Worley on the other side. The extra point attempt is coming now for Cam Smith to try to make it a true cut-in-half game now. Spot, kick on the way, and it's blocked up the middle. Knifing off the edge was Braden Worley to get that block, and then so it will stay a 14-6 game. We're going to stay here. That was a 7-play, 65-yard drive for Montpelier to get on the board, and a much, much needed finish to the drive to get points, Foz.
Yeah. Well, I think you see how much the wind is playing a role in this game, and if you're going now to the south side of the field with the wind from the northeast where it's coming in at, that gives you really the whole right side where you have a tremendous advantage if you're throwing the football. And credit Coach Robinson and the Montpelier Locomotive coaching staff who've taken advantage of that. I didn't think Edon really adjusted to it. They kind of played their normal base, and Montpelier won a couple one-on-one matchups and got themselves down there in scoring position.
Halftime, Edgerton 26, Ayersville 7. Liberty Center at the 5.5-minute mark of the second quarter, 35-0 lead on Bryan. Here it is 14-6. Edon leading Montpelier with 5.5 to play, 5:33 officially left in the first half here on WBNO FM Bryan. Touchdowns tonight, Holbert with a 1-yard TD run, and then Sapp to Holbert on a 23-yard TD pass. Sharps an 8-yard score right there. Just a few moments ago. So now that Edon offense, barring a return, which could happen, of course, but barring a return, and remember the 15-yard penalty, so now Montpelier will be kicking from the 45-yard line of Edon. Opportunity here, I'm going to ask you, Foz.
Yeah.
Onside. You're kicking from the 45, got a little momentum, maybe steal a possession.
Yeah, why not?
Possibility.
Yep.
We'll see. Edon has 9 guys within 7 yards of the...
Looks like they've got a kind of a hands look out there with the penalty. So, I mean, you don't have the number situation. It's almost like you would have your onside unit out there because of the penalty that was tacked on there, and everybody's kind of condensed for Edon.
They'll have to hold it because the wind blew that one off the tee. Maybe this is a chance for Cam Smith, not necessarily a straight onside, but to maybe pop
kick it
one
to the right corner where we'll get the wind behind you.
And pop it up behind that second wave, maybe a chance to die. Or
the left corner, either.
Yeah. And it rolls, and it's got to be picked up at the 5-yard line, and is. And Montpelier swarms the football to bring Eli Dickman down. And a tremendous hole for this Edon offense because of a little miscue on the special teams.
Yeah, Eli Dickman, I think he thought it was maybe going to roll out of bounds. It didn't. Pick the ball up late, and credit Montpelier's coverage unit there, down there and pounced on him.
It's a drive that is going to start near the 5-yard line.
Coach Branshaw wants to give different looks. He'll blitz sometimes. He'll drop 9 people sometimes. The whole key for him is to make it as confusing as possible for Kyler Sapp.
Sapp going to have 5 receivers in this look, 3 of them to the left, to the wide side of the field, 2 to the right side. It's a quarterback draw. Sapp to the 5, to the 10, and muscles his way out near the 13, 14-yard line. Twisted down on the play by Gary Robinson, a 6'2", 195-pound senior. They'll spot it at the 14, about a yard shy of the first down. So 2nd and 1 coming up here for this Edon offense. They're quickly back to the ball. Hulbert in the backfield, so 2-by-2 look receiver set on 2nd and 1. Put it in the belly of Hulbert. Hulbert with running room out across the 20, 25-yard line. Did he get to the 25? Just shy of the 25. He'll pick up yardage for the first down, about 8 more.
So hard, so hard to tackle Hulbert when he gets his shoulders turned and goes north and south.
So 1st and 10, Edon at their own 22-yard line. Edon 14, Montpelier 6. 4.5 to go first half. 3 receivers, make it 2 receivers right and 2 to the left. Hulbert was going to stay in the backfield. Now he'll join that group of receivers to the right. So trips to the right, empty look, quarterback draw. Sapp to the 25, 30, sideline left, 35, 40, and hammered out of bounds by Smith on that far sideline up near the 40-yard line. It started at the 22. They'll spot him at the 37. So Sapp got 15 on the run. And just like that, in 4 snaps, Foz, they're from their own 5 and out to their own 37.
6 carry for Sapp. He's got 38 yards. Hulbert and Sapp have carried the ball both 6 times, 38 for Sapp and 30 yards for Hulbert.
Another 5-wide look, another give to Cohen Hulbert. Hulbert left side, little stop, and he tried to go, and that's not going to do much because he's going to be submarine, and another late flag comes in. Ryan Riggenbaugh got in on that tackle. Let's see who this one's going to be on.
It's a great job defensively that time by the Locomotives.
As it stands, it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 37, but we got to check the marker now.
Looks like it's going to be on Montpelier. The official is going to be no unsportsmanlike conduct. Andy, this year at least, I have not seen as many flags thrown in a game the whole year.
Yeah. Edon has had their share of dead balls tonight. That one going against Montpelier, and it's a big one because it will bring Edon into Montpelier territory at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, and that's disappointing if you're a Locomotive fan. You get a big stop against Hulbert, and all for naught.
1st and 10 now at the 48 of Edon. Hand off to Hulbert. No, it's a pull. Nice zone read by Sapp. He'll get 6 to the 42. Kyler Sapp and or Hulbert with the game plan tonight, one or both have a shot at 100 in this game.
Oh, absolutely. Sapp's got 44 yards on the ground right now, Hulbert 31. I've never seen Bob Owen run the ball 6 times in a row in back in the late 90s when he was the Fairview coach.
He was running
wing T. I did, but since he's thrown the ball, I've never seen him run the ball 6 times in a row. Partially because I think, he thinks he's got an advantage up front, and partially I think because of the wind situation there.
2nd down and 4 for Edon at the Montpelier 42. 2:50 to go in the half and a timeout for this Edon offense. They lead 14-6. Couple of running backs in the backfield. Play clock at 3. Hulbert gets it again. 40, head of steam, 30, 20. Foot race now, 10, 5. Touchdown, Hulbert. Cohen Hulbert from 42 yards out. And Edon goes 95 yards in 7 plays.
That's Colin Holbert's 3rd touchdown this evening. One from a 1 yard out, one from a 23-yard pass from Holbert. And as you just said, Andy, that 49-yard touchdown
42.
run. 42, excuse me.
And Edon up 20-6, keeping the offense out there to go for 2. Missed the extra point and then cashed in on a 2-point try tonight already. And this is another 2-point attempt on their 3rd touchdown of the night. They'll spread it out with 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Holbert remains in the backfield. The 2-point try. Sapp pulled and kept and literally kind of walked in. That was, you hear a walk-in? That was a walk-in from Sapp. He was untouched for the 2-pointer.
Yeah, not a whole lot of urgency there, no.
2:36 left in the first half, 22-6. Edon, great drive by the Bombers, 7 plays, 95 yards, and they cash in on the Holbert 42-yard score. We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for high-quality appliances and furniture? Look no further than Direct Link Appliance and Furniture. We have a wide selection of Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid appliances, as well as service on all makes and models. Direct Link also carries Ashley Furniture and Jameson mattresses. And new to the store, Molecule mattresses, made right in Auburn, Indiana. Don't miss out on unbeatable prices and top-notch service on everything you need to turn your house into a home. Visit Direct Link Appliance and Furniture in Bryan today.
Halftime update in the GMC. Wayne Trace up 6-0 on Hicksville. And now it's Liberty Center 42, Bryan nothing. Just about ready to go to half, as Liberty will be moving to 6-0. We're going to talk about Liberty and the other teams. We'll get an update on the computer points around the area, see where all those local teams stand here in about 2.5 minutes. Sapp with the kick. Stanky to hold. It'll bounce to Meek at the 27, 30, looking for room, far side 35, and he will be knocked down there at about the 36-yard line. 1 timeout left for this Montpelier offense. 1st and 10, pretty good start to the drive, their own 36-yard line. And they'll have officially 2:28, trailing 22-6.
We had a little bit of rain to start the game, but haven't seen any since then. It's just been windy.
And we knew all week that both were a possibility, but the stronger probability was that rain, wind, and to be sustained and then gusty as the night rolled on. That wasn't going to diminish during game times around the area. Sharps from the shotgun has 2 backs back there with him. Little sprint roll out to the near side. Throws incomplete. His target was Jackson Staylor. Coverage from Kendall Brigle, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Sharps is 7 for 12 for 57 yards.
Second down and 10.
That time up here booted out of the play action fake and threw the ball directly into the wind and couldn't quite connect.
From their own 36-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right, a pair of running backs, 1 on either side of Sharps. 20 on the play clock, so lots of time there. Here comes a man in motion, near side of the field. Sharps wants the home run down the far side. It's caught by Smith, and he's gone! Touchdown! Cam Smith got behind Caden Stance and goes 64 yards for the score.
Just a simple one-on-one takeoff route, again with the wind that time. Hayden Sharps delivers a beautiful ball, and Cam Smith takes care of the rest. Cam Smith's had a big day. That's his now 5th catch, Andy, for 117 yards, Cam Smith.
And Montpelier, wanting to cut this to a 1-possession game, will keep the offense out there. A drive that took all of, 23 seconds.
See, Montpelier's got 4 or 5 athletes that are as good as anybody they play. They just don't have the depth and are forced to play a lot of younger kids because their roster's so small. Cam Smith being one of those, the senior wide receiver.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Going in motion is Cooley to the far side. Pass over the middle, incomplete. Wanted Meek. Really good coverage that time for Edon by Briggs Gallahue. So they're denied on the 2, but they get a late score to cut it to 22-12. That's the positive news for Montpelier. The bad news / good news for Edon, there's still 2:08 on the clock for this powerful, potent offense of the Bombers.
Yeah.
But before we talk about that, Montpelier, a great answer just before the intermission.
It really is. And to credit the coaching staff from Montpelier, again, making plays with the wind. The wind is a factor for both teams. You see Edon run the ball more because they're going against it. Montpelier's passing on the ball, and they're passing on that right side of the field, getting Cam Smith, who's Montpelier's all-time leading receiver, in one-on-one situations, and it's worked out pretty well the last 2 possessions that Montpelier's had the ball. Now, can they get enough stops against Edon to hang around in here? Right now, the evidence has been they cannot, but we'll see what happens.
Edon will have, again, 1 timeout at their disposal. 2:08 right now on the game clock.
Yeah.
Edon 5-0, Montpelier 1-4. Last 2 Montpelier possessions resulting in touchdowns. That was a quick strike, 2-play, 64-yard drive. Actually, when we said Edgerton next week at Paulding, we've got Edgerton the next 2 weeks. Edgerton at Paulding and then Edgerton at Fairview. Our next 2 broadcast games to cover weeks 7 and 8.
That's usually a pretty good press box there with Paul Yunker, isn't it?
Yeah, they do a nice job at Fairview.
BW3 wings maybe up there.
Gosh, you are really looking 2 weeks out. A little pooch kick to the 42-yard line that Stanky catches and drops to his knee.
Well, you rank the teams that we go to on their press box and the kind of food that they provide up in the press box there. And Fairview is right up there towards the top.
Facilities are in there. I mean, the
size of the press box and what they're bringing there.
We are critical judgers, that's for sure.
We've been to enough of them that we know the difference between quality and not.
1st and 10, Edon, as they empty the backfield. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right on 1st and 10 at their 43-yard line. Montpelier only rushing 2, so Sapp has lots of running room on this decision. 50, and he'll step out of bounds after getting the 1st down on the run.
Just a broken play. That time Montpelier dropped 8 guys into coverage. That's good. Defensive coverage was good. But again, Kyler Sapp just making something happen with his legs there and ends up getting a 10-yard gain.
1st and 10 to the 46-yard line of Montpelier. A game for Edon that has played decidedly in Montpelier territory. Again, the Locos showing they're only going to rush 2 and drop 9 into coverage. Sapp on the move to the left. Wants the home run ball for Brigle down the far sideline. He adjusts and did not hang on. Had it going to the ground, and then Brigle, when he hit the turf, it popped loose.
Yeah, one of those he probably should. Brigle's had a tough night tonight. One of the best receivers for Edon, if not the best, a great player. Had a few drops tonight, though, that he'd like to have back.
Stops the clock with $1:44 to go in the half. 22-12 Edon. 2nd down and 10 Bombers at the 46-yard line of Montpelier. Now 3. Nope, still 2 men coming over on a crossing route. That is dropped in and out of the hands of Hulbert.
I've seen more drop balls by Edon receivers tonight than I have collectively all year. And again, some of that I'm sure is because of the wind. I think some of it maybe is a little bit of focus. And again, we talk about when you're a heavy favorite and everybody's expecting you to win with ease, it's difficult to get your kids focused at practice time. Everybody wants to play on game night, but do you want to play on Monday nights and Tuesday night and Wednesday night and prepare? And if you're not focused on those nights, it does show up on Friday night.
And a difference between being a hunter and a hunted.
Yeah. That's a fact.
3rd and 10 from the 46-yard line. Sapp sees a blitz come late. Over the middle, pass is going to be hung on to by Max Radeball. Forward progress near the 38. He's still going to be a couple of yards shy of the 1st down. And boy, Edon has been very successful tonight. This one we'll be staring at will be a 4th and 3 officially at the 39 of Montpelier.
I wouldn't be surprised, and this goes against Bob Owen, but I wouldn't be surprised if he ran the ball right at him with Hulbert or Sapp. That was Radeball's 4th catch for 41 yards, by the way.
4th and 3 from the 39. Plenty of time on the play clock at 20. 1 minute on the game clock. Empty backfield. 4th down and 3 from the Montpelier 39. Sapp to throw. Now he's going to step up and try to run. Sapp gets away from pressure and steps out of bounds at the 35-yard line. They had him dead to rights on the edge there at the 40-yard line, and he got away from Jackson Staler. Needed the 36, got the 35. And we have an injured loco. It is Jackson Staler, it appears, as the clock stops at 47 seconds to play here in the first half. So quickly resetting things, 22-12, Edon in front. Bombers just picked up a first down to the Montpelier 35-yard line. Edon with one timeout left. Montpelier also has a timeout for them. One of the storylines tonight, because of where Edon feels like they have an edge against Montpelier, and because of weather conditions, Edon has been not only successful running the ball, but they've been active in calling run plays. More run plays called tonight than we've seen in all combined Edon games this year. They're going to be over 100 yards rushing for sure as a team, and probably going to have an individual or two go at 100 yards rushing the way the night's going.
Already have. They're 131 yards on the ground, and Holbert's got 73 yards and Sapp 58 yards running the ball.
So there you go. Still having some effectiveness over the air, but they've been plagued by drops. On the Montpelier side of things, they've answered the bell enough times when Edon has started drives on their side of the field in plus territory. Edon has had some drops. Montpelier has hit on one big play. They've cashed in on another drive where Edon had penalties, and that's where we're at 22-12. First and 10, 35-yard line. Radeball in motion to the far side in this 5-receiver look. Sapp with lots of time. Sapp now may run 40, 35, running right, 30-yard line. Cut back to the 25, still on his feet. Brought down by Cooley at about the 21-yard line, and Cooley may have gotten a little face mask, or there's something else that's happening away from the play because a flag flew down at the 30-yard line.
Probably going to be nullified here, seeing some laundry on the field. And again, we got another Montpelier kid on the ground. Sydney Ranzau, the trainer for Montpelier, earning her dollars this evening. She's been out there several times. I hear tell. By the way, Sydney Ranzau, the great Montpelier trainer, young trainer, her grandmother lives in Archibald, Ohio, listens to the Ange and the Foz every week, regardless of who we're covering, and she's big fans, by the way.
Wow.
How about that?
That's a good
So right
tip
now,
there.
yeah, how about that? Yeah. And I'm going to give you her name here in a minute.
You give her a shout out.
We're going to give her a shout out.
We want to see the
Susan Roby. I hope you're listening.
Hey, Susan, thanks for tuning in. We're concerned about an injury, and we're also wondering, and I wonder if the crew is waiting to call the penalty, because we've never seen the penalty call quite yet. 35 seconds left in the half. 22-12 Edon. That was a sizable run for Sapp if it stands. Maybe it stands and then is going to be called back because of a dead ball. Maybe it was a continuing action penalty. We have given no preliminary indication.
Hopefully Hartsock, that's the second time he's been down, is okay. And again, didn't really see what caused the injury or how he fell, but
now we're going to get the call.
He's going to pop up. And
personal foul against Edon.
Andy, I'm doing my stats here as I often do. One of the things I do not do is add up the flags and the amount of yards off the flags. This has got to be a record for us. Maybe all the games combined, I think we've had more flags this game.
Are you talking this season or in our 12 years together?
Well,
I mean,
I'm talking just this season,
okay.
But I tell you what, it's been a lot. Holy moly.
The crew has thrown a bunch of them, but not over 12 years.
Well,
they just may feel like it in the moment, right?
That's right.
So the penalty will bring Edon all the way back to the 38-yard line. It was down the field where it happened, so that penalty happened at the 23-yard line. So it's still first down, right?
Still first down. No, it's still first down.
Okay, so first down and 13 at the 38-yard line as they wind the clock. Inside of 30 seconds left. Edon preserving that timeout. Sapp, lots of time. Sapp looking downfield. Throws incomplete. It was intended for Cohen Hulbert. It will stop the clock now at 19 seconds. And a 2nd and 13 for Edon at the 39-yard line of Montpelier.
Yeah.
22-12 on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard, Edon in front.
And I think if you're Steve Branshaw now, you're going to really drop a lot of people into coverage, keep everything in front of you, and rally to the football.
5 wide receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Empty backfield on 2nd down and 13. Sapp steps up, going to run. 40, 35, 30. Middle of the field, dives for the 25-yard line. Got 13. Down to 10-9, and that's when Bob Olwin will spend his final timeout, and it'll come at the 8-second mark. 8 seconds after that Sapp run to the 26-yard line and a gain of 13. It'll be 3rd down and short.
And you're okay with that if you're Montpelier. Again, keep everything in front of you. Edon has used their last timeout.
Yep, and it'll be a 3rd and 1 with 8 seconds. So at most, you get 2 plays, maybe, barring any penalties.
I think probably 1 play in high school ball.
You got to go.
Got to go to the end zone.
Yeah.
Or abouts.
You could do a sideline route, quick hitter, have somebody step out of bounds, and then get it more manageable to throw into the end zone. But it's a 3rd and 1 at the 26-yard line. Out of timeouts now is Edon. Montpelier does have 1. Coming up, our main stops at Northwest Ohio halftime show. We'll go over the first half numbers, peek ahead to the second half, talk about some computer points and where we're at in the latest Joe Idol and then official OHSAA rankings as we play Week 6. This takes tonight and this weekend takes us beyond the halfway point of high school football's regular season. 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Hulbert lined up in the backfield as a halfback to the left of Sapp in the shotgun. 8 seconds to go in the half. Sapp on 3rd and 1, slings it far side, and it's going to be incomplete. And it'll be 4th and 1, and now 3 seconds, and now you have no option unless, I shouldn't say that. You do have options. Either go to the end zone or you have some kind of hook and ladder play and it's put in for moments like this. That's the only other option.
I think you go to the end zone if you're Edon here, and Montpelier rush 3, drop 8, get 3 people back in secondary. Make sure knocking the ball down if it gets in the end zone. How many times have we seen that ball tipped up in the air and then somebody comes down with it? So
Montpelier does have a timeout, but Steve Branshaw's talking to all of his defenders right now, so they're not going to use it unless it's because of a formation that he would use it. 3 receivers left, 2 receivers right. 4th down and 1. Really, that means nothing. Final play, barring penalty. It's a screen over the middle. It's going to be caught by Owens, and Owens will be wrapped up and brought down after a gain of 5 on the play, and that's how the half will come to an end. Maybe in a lot of instances, a lot closer than some people thought coming into this one when you just simply look at records. Edon 5-0, Montpelier 1-4, but this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you strap them on and play every week, because we have a competitive football game through one half of football. Edon does have the lead. It's the Bombers, 22. Montpelier 12. The main stops of Northwest Ohio halftime show rolls on when we come back.
Camco Industries, with facilities located in West Unity, Ohio and Morenci, Michigan, has openings on all 3 shifts for production and assembly operators. We manufacture interior plastic products for the automotive industry. As an operator, you will be required to visually inspect, trim, assemble, and pack parts, as well as label containers. You must be able to pass an entry-level test and a substance abuse test. Camco also has openings for shipping associates, material handlers, and production leads. Camco offers a complete benefit package. If you would like to join our team, please complete an application online at www.kumi-na.com or in person at Camco, 1001 East Jackson Street, West Unity, Ohio, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. All rehires will be considered for employment.
Good luck to all the athletes in tonight's game from the team at Wellness Huddle in Edon. If you're not feeling quite up to par, take your first step in a new health direction and embark upon a new wellness journey that will lead your mind, body, and soul into tomorrow's health destination. Give Dr. Mike Miller a call at 419-272-5209 and discover a more natural way for the body to heal itself. Whether you're an athlete or a mom, Dr. Mike Miller will help you get on the right right track with your health. Good luck tonight from everyone at Wellness Huddle. Dr. Mike Miller, Angie, Heather, Jennifer, and Kristen, Sean, and Taylor. Go Bombers!
Be part of the Montpelier Athletic Boosters and help support all the athletes at the Montpelier schools by calling 419-485-6785. The Montpelier Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the Montpelier athletes good luck in today's game. Strive to be the best, and you will succeed at everything you do. The Montpelier Boosters are proud of all your achievements. Good luck and do your best. That's all anyone can ask. And go Locos!
When the time comes for you to buy or sell a home, you need a realtor who is on your team. Someone who will coach you through the buying and selling process and outline the strategy for you to have a successful transaction. That someone is Misty King from AmeriMade Realty. Misty has been a team player in the real estate industry for 23 years and has an award-winning reputation for getting good results. The AmeriMade Realty team is also a top-ranking team, and together they'll help you make a smooth move to your new home. So when it's time to buy or sell, give Misty King and the AmeriMade team a call at 419-633-4997 or visit them on the web at AmeriMadeHomes.com.
Welcome back out here to Montpelier. We have reached halftime here at Hobie Krause Field. Let's go ahead and go through the scoring from that first half of play that sees Edon up 22-12 on Montpelier. Montpelier had the ball first, went 3 and out. It was a short punt. Edon has short field. That was a theme in the first half as the Bombers would take over at the Montpelier 44. 10-play drive, 44 yards later. Cohen Hulbert, a 1-yard touchdown run to get Edon on the board. They would miss the extra point. It would be 6-0. Then we would have 3 straight possessions that would be stopped on downs for the two teams combined before Edon would get it at the Montpelier 47 and go 47 yards in 9 plays. Hulbert would get his second touchdown, this one from Kyler Sapp, throwing a swing pass of 23 yards. The 2-point try was good, and it was 14-0. Montpelier would answer right back and embark on a 7-play, 65-yard drive. Hayden Sharps on a 1st and goal at the 8 would run the 8 yards for the score. PAT was blocked, and it was 14-6. Edon would come right back. In fact, after being pinned at their own 5, remember a penalty on the touchdown allowed Montpelier to kick from the 45 of Edon. That meant Edon starting at their own 5, but run. Yeah, Edon, run. 95-yard drive in 7 plays. Hulbert would tote it the final 42, and they would get the 2, and it was 22-6. Edon would have their largest lead of the first half, but Montpelier would come right back. Quick hitting drive, 2 plays, 64 yards. Sharps to Cameron Smith on the TD pass, and the 2-pointer would fail, and that's where we stand at the intermission. 22-12, Edon in front. Our main stops of Northwest Ohio halftime report will continue. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, Mike Bumb will have statistics from the first half, so sit tight.
This is Russ Davies with Andrews O'Neill & Lowe Insurance Agency. At Andrews O'Neill & Lowe, our commitment goes beyond insurance. We're dedicated to serving our clients, our community, and each other with integrity and care. From finding the best policies to supporting local events, we're here for you. Whether it's securing your home, auto, or business, or giving back to the community we love, our team works tirelessly to ensure your peace of mind. We're not just your insurance agency, we're your neighbors and friends. With our trusted partner, Auto Owners Insurance, you can count on top-tier coverage and exceptional service. Experience the difference with Andrews O'Neill & Lowe and Auto Owners Insurance. Visit us at andrewsins.com or call today, because here, you're family.
I'm Paul Rohrig Jr.
And I'm Sierra, and we are the new owners of Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio.
It's fair season, and we will have a booth at the Hillsdale County Fair this year. Come out and see our selection of styles and colors, and save 10% off all memorials and receive a free pair of metal craft vases with the purchase of an upright memorial. We're continuing the family tradition, and as a third-generation family business, the Rohrig family makes it easy to pick out just the right memorial.
The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families since 1924.
Just 3 words tell you everything you need to know. They tell you why we employ more than 2,000 workers at our factory in Virginia Beach, and why over 10,000 local steel dealers are putting battery power in the hands of Americans. Not everyone can say that, but we can. Made in America. Real steel. Find yours.
See Black Swamp Equipment in Bryan, Archbold, and Defiance.
one-hit wonder.
All right, Mike Bumb, what do things look like numbers-wise from that first half of play?
Well, Locomotives did get something going there, and particularly in the second quarter with the wind to their back. And Hayden Sharps connected 7 passes for 121 yards. He was 7 for 13 for 121 yards. He did have the 64-yard touchdown pass to Cam Smith. Sharps also did run for a 7-yard touchdown run, giving Montpelier its 12 points. Running the football, Locomotives a little bit tougher sledding. Griff Cooley has been ran the ball 3 times for 2 yards. Hayden Sharps has been the leading rusher for the Locomotives, 3 times for 11 yards. Carter Meeks carried the ball 3 times for 9 yards. Total of 21 yards only on the ground for the Locomotives receiving the ball. Griff Cooley's got 2 catches, but really it's been the Cam Smith show and Hayden Sharps. Cam Smith's caught the ball 6 times already for 117 yards, and that includes that 64-yard touchdown run. As I said, 21 yards on the ground, 121 yards in the air. Locomotives have 142 yards of total offense. Edon Bombers, a little bit different story, uncharacteristically for the Bombers. That second quarter with the wind in their face, they elected to run the ball. We've never seen, at least I haven't since 1999, when Coach Owen was running the wing tee at Fairview, run the ball 6 times in a row, but he did it today. They've carried the ball. They've had, 144 yards on the ground. Kyler Sapp and Cohen Holbert are the only 2 that have ran the ball for the Edon Bombers. Holbert's got 8 carries for 73 yards. Sapp 10 carries for 71 yards for 144 yards.
Good balance.
Pretty good, real good balance. And then this is something we haven't seen too. Only 88 yards. Again, that's largely because of the wind. It's very difficult to throw the football. Kyler Sapp has only thrown for 88 yards, which for anybody else is a very good half. For him, not quite up to what he's used to. And that includes 8 for 18 throwing the football. So does have a touchdown pass tonight to 23-yard pass to Holbert. And Holbert has had all 3 touchdowns for the Edon Bombers. 1 from a 1-yard run, 23-yard pass, as I just said, from Sapp, and a 42-yard rushing touchdown.
All of it is added up to a 22-12 game at the half. Edon on top. Our main stops of Northwest Ohio. Halftime show will continue. We'll check in back at our studios, get the scores and updates around the Northwest Ohio area in Week 6 of high school football, and back with more from Montpelier after that.
With over 30 years of experience in caring for patients' eyes, Drs. Sainholtz and Koonsman have the knowledge to find the right vision correction option for you. From glasses to laser vision correction to the latest development of the overnight contact lenses, Drs. Sainholtz and Koonsman at Tri-State Vision Center want to be your next option. Phone 419-485-4257. Monday and Wednesday evening and Saturday appointments available. It's not just about your eyes, it's about your health at the Tri-State Vision Center.
Your friends at your neighborhood Edon Farmers Co-op Country Store would like to invite you to stop in at the Edon, Montpelier, and Edgerton stores to check out their complete line of pet supplies, animal feed, and outdoor products. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is ready to answer all of your questions concerning their complete line of Kalmbach, Land O'Lakes, and much, much more. For your convenience, your purchase can be carried to your vehicle by one of their employees. Be sure to stop by soon and see them at your hometown country store, the Edon Farmers Co-op.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
See Cannell Insurance Agency of downtown Montpelier, your auto owner's insurance agent.
With a check of your Week 6 halftime high school football scores, brought to you by the main stops of Northwest Ohio, the best stop is a main stop. Live from the B-Rock Studios, I'm Ben Murray reporting. First and foremost from Hobie Krause Field with Andy and Mike tonight from Montpelier in our broadcast game has Edon on top of Montpelier at half, 22-12. Other games to pass along to you in the GMC. Edgerton is leading Ayersville at half 26-7. Wayne Trace on top of Hicksville at half 6-0. Fairview is on top of Paulding at half 14-13. And at last check, it was Tenor over Antwerp 7-0 with 4:56 to go until halftime in that one. Other games at halftime, North Central was on top of Van Loo 36-8. Columbus Grove is bombing Allen East 21-6. All these games are in the NWOAL at halftime. Liberty Center is bombing Bryan 42-0 at Golden Bear Stadium. That game can be heard on our sister station Q 96.5. Again, that game is at halftime there. Evergreen on top of Archbold at half 20-14. Patrick Henry all over Wauseon 26-0. Delta over Swanton at half in the NWOAL 21-0. In the WBL, Defiance on top of Kenton 28-21 at half. At halftime tonight, Fremont Ross over Napoleon 20-13. And in Major League Baseball, in the 7th inning, the Tigers are on top of the White Sox 4-1, and the Houston Astros are leading the Cleveland Guardians 3-0 in the middle of the 4th inning. This has been a check of your halftime Week 6 high school football scores. I will send it back out to Hobie Krause Field in Montpelier to Andy and Mike after this commercial break. For B-Rock Sports, I'm Ben Murray reporting. Stay with us.
Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, wants to say good luck to the Edon Bombers in tonight's athletic contest. Precise Metal Form is a proud supporter of Edon Bomber athletics, both boys and girls sports. Precise Metal Form in Bryan, saluting the athletes on all of their hard work and wishing them the best of luck in this athletic contest. Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, saying go Bombers in this game.
Downtown Bryan, Ohio has become quite the shopping destination in the past few years, thanks in part to Elian's Boutique, the Maddox Men's Emporium, and Faith and Grace Baby Boutique. These incredible stores offer something for everyone, featuring men's and women's apparel, newborn and kids apparel, maternity wear, specialty foods and drinks, barware, jewelry and accessories, giftable items, and much, much more. They're located on the east side of the square in downtown Bryan and open weekdays 10 to 6 and Saturdays 10 to 3. So come to downtown Bryan, Ohio and visit the Elian's family of stores for all your shopping needs.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. See Danielle Van Atta of Danielle Van Atta Agency today. She can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Phone Danielle Van Atta today at 419-636-0408.
Main stops to Northwest Ohio halftime show continues. It's 22-12 our score here in this one. Edon on top. Our weekly update on where things stand computer points. We want to focus in on this particular region. Edon, number 2 seed this week, just trailing Columbus Grove. Grove firmly the number 1 right now, but Edon a 2 and really a great position. All you have to do is be in that top 8 slot, and you're going to get a home game there in week 1. Again, for those that are unaware, top 16 teams advance. And by the way, if anybody wondered of the numbers that make the postseason, there are 707 schools that play 11-man football that are in the computer points. 707, 448 of them qualify for the postseason.
More than half.
More than half qualify. So just to throw that out there. So Edon, right now, a matchup that would look like it would be any combination of Leipzig, Edgerton, or Antwerp. Those are the final 3 teams in, and I say that because Edgerton and Leipzig are tied for 14th and both at 3.5 and have a comfortable edge. So it would be more like probably an Edgerton. That'd be a fun opening round game. You get an Edon-Edgerton game in round number 1, Foz, but Grove is really, really good as the 1 seed. And then there are a lot of teams that aren't going to be maybe necessarily higher seeds because they have difficult schedules, but you look at like an LCC or a Mohawk or a Macomb. I mean, Macomb, would you want to see Macomb in the opening round?
No.
And they're a 12 seed right now.
Yeah.
So overall, just a fantastic Division 7, Region 26 that they play in year and year out, and really good this year. Division 6, Region 22, Hopewell Loudon is the 1 there. Bluffton a 3, Ottawa Hills is a 4. Patrick Henry and Paulding came into tonight tied at 6th. Tenora's 12th. Fairview 14th. Crestview and Hicksville tied for 15th, so Hicksville would be in right now, and Evergreen's on the outside looking in, but Division 6, Region 22. Division 5, Region 18, Liberty Center is 2nd, very close to the number 1 seed behind Worcester Triway. Archbold 7th, Delta 11th in Division 4, Region 14. Napoleon is 10th. Ottawa Glandorf would be the last team in as number 16. Wauseon is 18th. And up in Division 3, Region 10, Defiance in a great spot to host a home game. They are the 6th seed this week. Toledo Central Catholic the 1, and Maumee in the midst of a turnaround season. They are a number 9 seed there. So that just kind of brings you up to date. I don't know if you have any overall thoughts. By the way, Ottawa Hills rolling over Northwood tonight, 28-6 in that TAC game. Any overall thoughts on anything computer-wise before we jump into the second half?
No, I think you said it best. I think that region is going to be very difficult, the small schools, and the key is for Edon, since we're doing their game tonight, is to stay in that top 3 or 4, and I think that gives you, the best chance, obviously, to get out, because those top 4 or 5 teams in that region are just going to be a very, very difficult out.
By the way, Edgerton late in the third, just pounding Ayersville now, 33-7. So a much needed bounce back win for Edgerton.
Yeah, well said. Again, they did not give their best effort last week against Wayne Trace. Wayne Trace was,
and I think an undervalued Wayne Trace based on their schedule.
They really were. They hadn't won a game, but don't let that deceive you. Again, that non-conference schedule that they had was very difficult. And Edgerton also came into the game with a lot of sickness. Again, they don't want to use that as an excuse, but I think it was just setting up for one of those perfect storms where Edgerton did not play well, and Wayne Trace is a lot better than what people think.
All right, Foz, 22-12, we have a game. Yeah. And second half, the Edon is going to get the ball to start the second half, but I want to start with Montpelier, down 10. Got to feel really great with their positioning right now as we begin the second half.
Yeah, I think if you would ask Coach Robinson, if you're down 22, you're down by 10 points, going into the second half, would you take that? And I think the answer would clearly be yes, he would. Going to be a big first possession here. If Montpelier can get off the field defensively, that is, and stop Edon and get the ball back and maybe make this even a closer contest, or will Edon get the ball, run right down the field and kind of blow open the doors a little bit and open up the floodgates in the second half. So I think this first possession is really critical here coming out of the gate here. Edon does receive the ball, obviously. But no, you got to be happy. Montpelier's defense, they bent, but they haven't broke. They've gotten a couple stops.
What's Andy's biggest tweak at halftime right now?
I don't know if he's got a big tweak at all. I like defensively what they're doing, and Coach Branshaw, he doesn't want to give the same look more than 2 times in a row. Sometimes that's been helpful. He wants to bring some pressure, but he also wants to disguise that with some coverage in the back end where he's dropping sometimes as many as 9 people. And so he's had a nice combination, but I think one of the best ad-libbers, our playground players, is Kyler Sapp. Playground, you go out there in the backyard and you just, you run to the car, you run to the trash can, and you kind of run around.
And there was nobody better at it than the Foz.
There you go.
Describing it is.
There you go. And he's kind of, and Montpelier's had Sapp dead to rights a couple times in the backfield, and he's just found a way to out-athlete Montpelier and make positive yards.
Which is what athletes do.
And that's what athletes do. And then you talk about that. You talk about the Holbert little flare pass. Montpelier's got 2 people right there, and he just breaks it out of sheer strength and goes 20. There's no way that should have scored. So schematically, I guess, to get to the larger point, which you asked me, I like what Montpelier's doing. Do they have the horses to hold up against Edon? Probably not, but you got to love, if you're the coaching staff of Montpelier, the effort that they've had in this first half.
All right, let's flip to Bob Olin and his script. What did he spend, or what has he spent? What do you anticipate? I don't want to say major, but any adjustments from the Edon side of things in the second half?
Well, they're going to kind of, sort of, because the wind's coming as an old nor'easter, we'd call it. He's going to kind of, sort of have the wind behind him here in the third quarter. So look for Bob Owen to throw the ball more than what he did in the second quarter, and that is what he ran the ball. And Bob Owen, traditionally, if you've watched enough games that we have, he likes to get everybody involved in the first quarter or even the first half. He dinks and dunks you with a lot of slants and a lot of stop routes. And then in the second half, then, is when he starts to take a lot more shots downfield. Well, it's the second half now. He's got the wind behind his back. I look for Edon to test Montpelier deep early in this third quarter.
Now, one thing to throw out as we begin the second half. Edon does get the ball. Perfect opportunity to start the second half if you want to roll out an onside kick if you're Montpelier. Steal a possession.
I think that's a great call there, Andy. What do you got to lose? Again, yeah, we'll see what Montpelier elects to do, but that wouldn't totally shock me.
Halftime show tonight being brought to you by the Main Stops of Northwest Ohio. You are always near a Main Stop. And remember, the Main Stop, Main Stops of Northwest Ohio, the best stop is always a Main Stop. Coverage tonight also brought to you in part by the Edon Athletic Boosters, Precise Metal Form, Edon Pizza, Veland Chase, Best Insurance and Financial Services, Wellness Huddle, and Cannell Insurance Agency. We'll step aside one final time. We start the second half from Montpelier, 22-12 Bombers. We'll be right back on B-Rock Sports.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services and see how soon you can get a Lennox home comfort system that'll help improve your health and your mood. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today at 1-800-329-4040 or visit us at starksphs.com.
Life is a journey filled with twists and turns, ups and downs. At Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, we're here to accompany you through every stage of this adventure. From the excitement of starting a new chapter with your partner to the challenges of buying your first home and even planning for the unexpected, our team is dedicated to helping you navigate life's milestones with confidence. Join us at Midwest Community for a financial partner at every stage of life. Visit us online at midwestcommunity.org or stop by one of our branches today. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Always supporting student athletes and coaches in the Edon School District, the Edon Athletic Boosters. The Edon Athletic Boosters would like to take this opportunity to salute the student athletes and coaches in tonight's game. Hey, how would you like to be a part of the Edon Athletic Boosters? Come to a meeting and find out what they're all about. Maybe even volunteer at a concession stand. For more information, phone 419-272-3213. The Edon Athletic Boosters, supporting student athletes and coaches in Edon.
Welcome back out here to Montpelier, inching toward the start of the second half of this one between the Locos and the Bombers. Again, Edon to get their hands on it first, up 22-12 in this one. Kicking from right to left will be Montpelier, going deep for the Bombers. Colton Willis and looks like Max Radeball on that far side of the field. Here is the kick from Cam Smith that will be brought near side, and actually it was Eli Dickman, 7. Dickman trying to get far side of the field, 30, and then stumbles on his cut, falls across the 30 to about the 32-yard line, probably getting credit for that tackle. Chance Otto, who was the closest Loco over there. They have a running clock rolling. It's the end of 3. Liberty Center up 42-0 on Bryan. Here a 22-12 game. Edon in front. PH 38, Wauseon nothing. End of 3.
Andy, I misspoke. As I said in our halftime break, Edon is going against the wind. I thought they would be going with the wind there to start the half.
3 receivers to the right, 2 receivers left. So Sapp has it empty on 1st and 10 at the 29. He'll throw it near side and incomplete. It one-hopped to Eli Dickman, and you could just see how strong that wind was. I mean, that was a little 6-yard curl route.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 now for the Bombers. See if they continue to run the football. Had a lot of success in design runs in that first half. Montpelier rushing only 2 defensive linemen, dropping 9. There's your handoff, and little stutter step move in the hole. Dancing out to the 35-yard line is going to be Hulbert. He will have 6 on the run, and it will be 3rd down and 4.
Hulbert's already carried the ball 9 times for 79 yards.
3rd and 4, Edon, just across the 35. A touch across the 35. They need the 39-yard line. 2-by-2 look with Hulbert in the backfield on this 3rd down and 4. Sapp out of the shotgun. The pull, and he's had success running that, and depending on the spot, I think he's going to be a little bit short. He needed 4 and maybe got about 3.5. And that's going to bring up 4th down, I think. Well, maybe not. He got a pretty good spot. He's going to be, he'll have enough, it looks like.
Wow, that's a real good spot.
It is a first down. I stand corrected. So needed 4 and got just 4. Didn't measure that one, though. We had the other one at 1.5 yards shy. 1st and 10. Oh, we have a unsportsmanlike on Montpelier.
Jeez. I don't know. Was that against the bench?
I don't. It was either bench or somebody's. Yeah, I think it was argument of the spot. Honestly.
Yeah, and I think it was on the bench. It seems like, jeez, you don't know you're not down there, but boy, we've been awful quick to throw personal foul flags this game. We had a lot of them, haven't we?
15 yards takes Edon to the 46-yard line. Another run, and it's Hulbert bouncing to the left, away from one. There's a marker down. He's going to get 5 or 6 if it stands. But that flag in the area of holding, and it is. Fairview 21, Paulding 13. 5:24 to go, quarter number 3 of that game. So that holding penalty will back Edon up. Here in this one, we're just underway, quarter number 3. 10:25 left in the third. 22-12, Edon in front on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. This will back the Bombers up to the 46-yard line. 1st and 20. 1st and 19, actually, officially. 1st and 18. First down and 18 from the 46-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Empty backfield for Sapp on 1st and 18. Sapp with lots of time, only 2 men rushing. Steps up, starts to run, and got away from a first defender. Cam Smith went low and waved at him, and Sapp's run gets him at least to midfield, and now to be beyond the 47-yard line. So he'll pick up 7 of those yards back, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Those are a lot of coverage requiring Sapp to run the ball because Montpelier's dropping so many people in coverage. There's just nobody there. And again, Sapp does the right thing, just tucks it and runs and gets what he can.
2nd and 11, Edon at the 47-yard line of Montpelier. Again, rushing 2, little swing to the far side, a screen pass set up for Kendall Brigle. Tiptoes down the sideline near the 40. Defiance 34, Kenton 21, nearing the midway point of that third quarter. Smith running him out of bounds at the 43-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 4. And it'll be 3rd down and 6 for the first down. 6.5. 6 for the first down. Line of scrimmage is the 42-yard line of Montpelier. They need the 36. Dickman is a single receiver to the right. Double tight set with a pair of running backs. So bootleg here for Sapp, getting outside over the middle, incomplete. Threw it a little bit too tall. It was intended for Colton Willis, and now it'll be a 4th down and 6 for Edon.
Oh.
Update on that Edgerton game early in the 4th. They are mauling Ayersville 39-7.
That time, Coach Branshaw, the defensive coordinator from Montpelier, elected to bring the house.
Did we have a penalty? We did.
Oh, boy.
Hands to the face, Montpelier.
Wow.
So it's not going to be 4th down. That'll give Edon a 1st down. And the drive moves down to the 32-yard line. 9:07, quarter number 3. 22-12, Edon. Bombers with a 1st and 10 at the Montpelier 32-yard line following that penalty. Montpelier settling in, at least consistently rushing 2. 2 receivers both ways, 1 running back. Sapp wants to throw. Looks. Nobody on him. Now starts to go left. So much time. Now slings it over the middle. It is dropped. In and out of the hands of Max Radeball. We tallied it up. That is drop now number 6 of this game.
Yeah, Edon is, again, you want to talk about the windy conditions, but been a lack of focus. And normally sure-handed receivers have dropped a lot of catchable balls tonight for Edon.
2nd and 10, Montpelier at the 32 of Montpelier. 2nd and 10 for Edon at the Montpelier 32. 3 receivers right, 1 receiver to the left. Those 3 receivers are bunched to the right side of the formation. Hulbert comes in motion, and they're going to throw that swing pass to him. It's behind him. Is that a fumble? Or is it a catch and then he went down? Or did they spot him?
Just an incompletion, isn't it?
He got him back at the 36-yard line. So it was going to be a backward pass, and it's a lost yardage play. So 3rd down and 14 for Edon at the 36-yard line.
Montpelier, I think, thought it was an incompletion and showed no real sense of urgency there to try to get on the ball. They could have gotten a turnover.
3rd and 14 for the Bombers at the 36 of Montpelier. Late substitution, it was just a switch. Sorry, it was not a substitution. Sapp with time, flush to the right, directing traffic, now going to run 35 and taken out of bounds by Malachi Smith at the 30. He got 6 yards, did Sapp. And now it will be a 4th and 8 for Edon at the Montpelier 30.
Montpelier has forced a lot of 4th down situations for Edon tonight, and Edon's went for them and they've gotten a lot of them, but Montpelier's put themselves in a position to get off the field. The defense has played a really good game tonight, and they bent, but they haven't broken.
22
haven't
to
broken very often, excuse me, Andy.
22-12 Edon, exactly 8 minutes to go in the 3rd. Bombers with a 4th and 8 at the Locos 30. Moving left to right, hash mark near side. 2 receivers left, 3 receivers to the right. Play clock at 6. Sapp gets the snap. Here's your 4th and 8. Looks. Here's trouble coming. Sapp gets away from a D lineman on the move. Throws. Pass is caught. Reception made at the 20-yard line. 1st down, Edon. It's Hulbert who comes up with it, and they cash in on 4th and 8.
Montpelier only rushed 2 that time. Sapp broke the pocket. Was going to run for the 1st down. The defensive back had to elect, do I stay with the receiver or do I come up and try to make the play on Sapp? He tried to come up and make the play on Sapp, and Sapp wisely threw the ball to Hulbert.
And that pickup of 12 on the play when they needed 8 keeps the drive alive. Another 4th down conversion for Edon. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Sapp with 2 receivers and a running back each way, and there's a crosser. Pass is caught. Right about 20, 15. Good move, 10, 5. End zone touchdown. Sapp to Radeball for the touchdown, and Edon with more breathing room now on a double-digit play drive there to score. This one from 20 yards out.
Yeah, Radeball got the ball in open field, matched up there against the freshman Zeppelin Morales. Was going to be a good football player, but one of those youngsters right there just wasn't really a good matchup for the Montpelier Locomotives, and Radeball made him pay.
28-12. Bombers go for 2 now. 5 wide look, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Sapp under no pressure. Now throws back of the end zone, and coming up adjusting is Briggs Gallahue to make the grab for the 2-point conversion. New score on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Edon takes the second half drive. They go 71 yards in 11 plays. Cash in on a couple 4th downs. Sapp to Radeball, 20 yards out. The 2-pointer makes it 30-12 Edon. We'll be right back.
Good luck tonight to all the area athletes. Hard quality work means a lot to an athlete and to everyone at Peltz Lumber Company in Montpelier and Pioneer. Peltz is in the business of working hard for you. Whether you need something as simple as a 2x4 or all the materials for your new home or pole barn, Peltz Lumber has what you need and will deliver it to you in a timely fashion. Hard work and quality materials is what you'll find at Peltz, and hard work on the field and in practices are what makes these area teams great. Good luck tonight from Peltz Lumber Company in Montpelier and Pioneer, building for a new generation.
Patrick Henry with a shutout win tonight over Wauseon, 44-0. That game is final. Here it's 30-12 Edon. You're listening to high school football, WBNO FM in Bryan, 7:17 to go, quarter number 3. And the Bombers take that opening kickoff, march 71 yards in 11 plays, and Kyler Sapp, 7 total touchdowns last week, gets his second TD pass of the night tonight. First one to Hulbert of 23 yards, this one to Radeball of 20 yards. And as we said, Edon now with a bit of a cushion, up 30-12. Here comes Montpelier on the kick to Meek at the 24-yard line. He's to the 30, 35-yard line. Pile moving out near the 40, maybe to the 41. Gage Nestor engages for Edon along with Trent Buck. And Montpelier will have a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Good starting point for that Locos offense.
See if Montpelier can get the momentum back after Edon went right down in the first possession of the third quarter.
Touchdowns for the Locos tonight. 8 yards on a Sharps run, and then Sharps to Smith on a big hitter of 64. 2 running backs, they are split. One goes in motion, that's Meek. They toss it to Meek on a run. 40, Meek to the 45. He'll be knifed down at about the 45-yard line, so he'll get 4 on the run. Tackle on that play for Edon. Was waiting to get numbers. I think it was Carter Stanky over there that made the stop. 2nd down and 6 from the 46-yard line. Make it 5. 2nd and 5 from the 46-yard line.
Carter Meek, only a freshman. We talked a little bit about him in the first quarter. You know, he's going to be one of those kids as he matures, and that 15-year-old body turns into an 18-year-old body. Is going to be a really good football player.
On 2nd down and 5, Sharps 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. They throw to the right, and the pass is caught by Smith at midfield. He got 4, so it'll be a 3rd and 1 for Montpelier at midfield. Edon 30, Montpelier 12, nearing the midway point here of this third quarter. Edon will be heading to Northwood next Friday night. Montpelier hosting Richmond Heights. Richmond Heights, a team that's playing their full schedule all on the road. And Montpelier had to add a team. Edon had to add. They'll play Richmond Heights later because Cardinal Stritch was on their schedules and didn't have enough for an 11-man team. Or a team of any kind, right? They're not even playing 8-man. 3rd and 1. Backfield split. They'll go right side. Meek has the 1st down. Slithers through the hole to the 48-yard line. Needed 1, got 2, and the drive stays alive for Montpelier. Cut down by Gage Nestor. It'll be 1st and 10, Locos at the 47. Ohio State play on the road.
First time.
Tomorrow is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Michigan State. Been kind of the surprise in the early season, haven't they, Sparty?
Jonathan Smith's done a nice job. Michigan hasn't been on the road yet.
No. And they play at home, I believe, again against Minnesota.
I mean, come on. It's time to go on the road. It can't be October before you hit the road.
Yeah, well, proper scheduling, I guess.
It's something. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Coming in motion, and again, that's a toss to the near side. This is Cooley. 45. Sapp almost stripped it. There's a marker down. There's a bomber down. And that's a run of about 5 on the play.
Yeah, that's going to be, they're going to get Logan Pontius for, I think, probably a block in the back there as he was coming out and pulling out and trying to get ahead of Griff Cooley. Good call by the officials.
Kyler Sapp credited with the tackle, almost had the strip, and they'll look at the Edon Bomber who is on the turf. 4:59 left in quarter number 3. 30-12 Edon. We'll be right back.
With an independent insurance agent, you can be sure that you're getting the right coverage at the right price. At Best Insurance and Financial Services, it's all about relationships. We work one-on-one with you to make sure your auto, home, farm, or business is protected by a quality insurance company. That's why we work with Ohio Mutual Insurance Group. We know you can trust Ohio Mutual to protect what matters most to you and your family. Once you see how Ohio Mutual cares for your needs, you'll trust them as well. Give us a call at 419-272-2888. We can recommend the best coverage from the best companies like Ohio Mutual.
Blake Baker was the injured Bomber, and his injury was the shot to Never Never Land. And he is up and walked off the field. The Tigers are in the postseason. They have defeated the White Sox tonight. So Detroit with the win. They have advanced to the postseason. First time in a decade. That leaves the Angels now with the longest drought of a team in. The holding penalty, brought Montpelier back to the 44-yard line. So 1st and long, gets 2 on the carry, does Cooley. So now it'll be 2nd down and long. The Edgerton-Ayersville game has gone final. Edgerton wins 39-7 over Ayersville, who falls to 0-6. Edgerton is now 4-2.
Tigers made the wild card. Sounds like the White Sox had a pretty good year, right?
Yeah, Foz. You have hit that on their way to that. I don't know,
121 losses, something like that.
It was going to be the record if they eclipsed the Mets of 120. From the 46-yard line, it'll be 2nd down and 16. This is a designed run for Sharps. Nowhere to go. Submarined by Edon's Danny Avila Garcia at the point of attack. So now it'll be 3rd down and 17 from their own 46-yard line. And that's why that holding penalty just absolutely crushed Montpelier. It's an offense that's not ready to overcome, quite yet ready to overcome penalty yardage on a consistent basis like veteran teams can. 3.5 to go here, 3rd quarter, 30-12 Edon. 3 receivers go right, 2 receivers come left. That'll empty the backfield. Sharps in the shotgun. Play clock at 9. Edon showing blitz. Here they come. Sharps on a rollout. Nestor giving chase. Sharps got away from him. Sharps on his feet is across the 45 down near the 40. He needed 17, got about 13 or 14 at least to give Andy Robinson a decision here to go for it.
Great individual effort that time. He brought the blitz with the 2 middle linebackers right up the middle. Sharps recognized it, got outside the pocket, and then turned on the jets, and just a couple yards short there with great individual effort.
Great spot, too. 16 on the run, so now it'll be 4th and 1, and it's an easy decision to go for it. Sharps under center, backfield split, receiver both ways, double tight set, man in motion to this side. It's Meek who will come over here and now line up in a slot on 4th and 1 at the 39-yard line, and Montpelier trailing 30-12. They're bringing the clock all the way down and going to take a timeout. 2:19 left in the 3rd. 30-12, Edon. Montpelier with a 4th and 1 at the Edon 39 when we come back.
Looking for incredible deals on top power tools? Head over to Donaldson's Ace Hardware on North Union Street in Bryan. Right now, buy a Milwaukee M18 compact drill and impact driver kit, sawzall, grinder, or pack out 2.5-gallon wet dry vac and get a free M18 red lithium XC battery. Or grab a DeWalt 20-volt max impact wrench, jigsaw, sander, or ratchet tool and get a free 20-volt max power stack battery and charger starter kit. And don't miss the Ego Power Plus 56-volt 16-inch chainsaw, now for only $249. That's $50 off with Ace Rewards. Hurry into Donaldson's Ace Hardware, the helpful place.
Andy Brigle, Mike Bumb back out here at Hobie Krause Field in Montpelier. Week 6 Friday night. It's 22-12 at the half. Edon scored on their first drive of the second half and got the 2-point conversion to make it 30-12. Now, thanks to a 16-yard scramble run by Hayden Sharps, they have a 4th and 1 in Edon territory here to keep this drive alive, Foz.
Yeah.
Give me a play call.
Well, I like going underneath center, quick hitter. I think you got a really good offensive lineman in Logan Pontius. I think you got a really good running back with Griff Cooley. Give him the ball and a quick hitter and try to get that 1.5 yards, 2 yards.
Cooley's the left halfback, meets the right halfback. He is under center, is Sharps. On 4th down and 1 at the 38.5-yard line. Cooley comes over to the right side. It's Sharps off the left side and struggles forward. I think going to be enough. He is going to get to the 36-yard line, and that is a Montpelier first down. So they use motion to maybe Cooley as a decoy.
Yeah, but then Sharps going off that left side, right over Logan Pontius, and a good play call there again by Andy Robinson. Listen, I think Andy Robinson's called a really good offensive game. They're limited with what they have. They're limited with the weather. But Montpelier's manufactured some drives here that, maybe you and I questioned if they could be able to do before the game started.
1st and 10, Montpelier at the Edon 36. Empty backfield, 5 wide look, 3 receivers to the right. Sharps wants it all. Down the field, got Smith wide open. It's incomplete.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure on Sharps. Threw off his back foot, largely because he had no choice because he was getting heat. But, boy, he'd like to have that one back because Cam Smith was wide open in the middle.
Had Stance burnt again. 12-0 Wayne Trace leading Hicksville. Just under the 6-minute mark left in that game. Here we are late in the 3rd quarter. 30-12 Edon on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard with 1:40 left in this 3rd quarter. Edon Scoring on the first drive, the only drive of the second half. Montpelier has a 2nd and 10 at the Edon 36. They just converted on 4th down. Pair of running backs, they are split on either side of Sharps. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver to the left. Sharps to throw. Sharps steps away from trouble. Flush to the right. Oh. Lots of flags all over the place. This is going to negate the run to the 30-yard line. It was going to be a 6-yard run by Sharps, but they're going to get a hold on Montpelier. So this penalty is going to take Montpelier back. Both the flags that were thrown are at the 42. So this will bring Montpelier back to the 48-yard line, their own 48. No, not quite that far, evidently. 46-yard line. I was counting 10 from where they had thrown the flags because they made sure that they had planted them at the 42-yard line. But it takes it back to the 46-yard line. So it is 2nd down, and line to gain is the 27. So 2nd down and 21. 4 receivers come to the left, 1 receiver going right. Play clock at Montpelier's better hurry. Play clock at 3, at 2. They just get it off. Deep drop for Sharps. Parker Kelly is going to fling him to the turf. And Kelly got through there easily.
He just whipped the guy that he was over. No other way to say it, Andy. He was in the backfield, and Hayden Sharps had really nothing he could do. And
you don't have very many play calls now when you're sitting at 3rd and 33.
This has got quarterback draw written all over it, doesn't it?
Screen,
jailbreak, screens and draws. Now, if you're the defensive coach for Edon, I'm sure they're saying that. They're yelling those 2 words at the top of their lungs. Screen and draw, screen and draw.
3rd and 33, all the way back at your own 40. Final 25 seconds of this 3rd quarter. 30-12 Edon. Sharps with an empty backfield. There's your screen. It's caught near side. A run near midfield. Good job by Hartsock to keep his balance, and nice to see Hartsock back in there after his injury. And he got 10, but it'll be 11. It'll be 4th and 22 now from the 49-yard line.
That's Hartsock's 2nd catch for 20 yards.
And that's it for quarter number 3. 3 in the books. It's 5-0 Edon, leading 1-4 Montpelier as we head to the 4th. Edon 30 and Montpelier 12. You're listening to high school football on B-Rock Sports.
Hello, this is Stacy Swery with Andrews O'Neill & Lowe Insurance Agency. In these unsettling times, peace of mind is more important than ever. At Andrews O'Neill & Lowe, we're here to support you with integrity and care, ensuring you have the coverage you need. Whether it's protecting your home, auto, or business, our dedicated team is committed to your peace of mind. Partnering with Auto Owners Insurance, we offer top-tier coverage and exceptional service you can rely on. Experience the comfort of knowing you're protected with Andrews O'Neill & Lowe and Auto Owners Insurance. Visit andrewsoneillandlowe.com or call today.
About ready to start the 4th quarter. 30-12. Edon with the lead in this one, appearing to be on their way to 6-0. But 12 minutes to decide it. It is 4th and long here for Montpelier, unable to overcome the penalty on 3rd down. You don't anticipate him going for it this long.
No, I certainly not. Now the wind is going to shift here in Edon's favor in the 4th quarter. The players played very well, though. Defensively, of putting Edon in some difficult positions and several 4th down situations. To Edon's credit,
I want to talk about
capitalizing on those a lot. Go ahead.
I want to talk about Edon because it has not been. It's been far from their sharpest game.
It has.
But good teams find ways to overcome mistake-riddled games or when you're not mentally at your sharpest. And so far, they've done that through 3 and have a very sizable margin right now of 30-12. So
they do, and this very well could end up in a continuous clock, which I think most people predicted it would be. So you had weather too, which is always going to be a factor in it, and that always affects the better team more than it does the team that's not as good.
Montpelier is lining up to possibly, but remember, Sharps is the punter, so he could, nope, they're going to go for it on 4th and 22. Sharps got a lot of room to run. 40, 35, 30, cut back, stretches for the 28, but he needed the 26, it looks like. He got 21 on the run.
and he looks like he's going to cramp up. But, boy, you got to put your head down there and get – what a great effort by Sharp. Put your head down on that last yard and try to get that first down. And he's down right now. It looks like a cramp, so nothing serious. But
we're going to stop here, just underway in the fourth. Fairview Paulding was the game of the night in the GMC. Paulding undefeated. Fairview had a big lead last week, let it get away. Fairview has a lead this week, but here comes Paulding. Fairview 21, Paulding 19 with 4.5 to play in that one.
Wow.
So settle in and see how that finishes. Does Fairview learn from what happened a week ago? Paulding seemingly had become the favorite in the GMC through the first 5 weeks. They had shown enough evidence that how well they had played.
I like the sound of that. As somebody who grew up and remembers some of the teams, you and I in that era that were really good, that have been bad for so long, you know.
Paulding has had a flash or two, but nothing consistent.
No, man, but I'll tell you what, man, if you were a kid in the 80s or you were around in the 80s, Paulding was the team.
Yeah.
They were one of the top 3 or 4 teams in Northwest Ohio, and then, of course, they've went on about a 25, 30-year hiatus. But to hear them being good again, I don't know, there's something about it I kind of like.
It does the old Foz's heart good, doesn't it?
What once can be again, I guess.
The 21-yard scramble, Sharps hobbled off, we think cramp. They're working on him here on the sideline. Edon's offense back out there as they get the stop and kept Montpelier a yard shy of the first down. Sapp on the give. This is Gallahue, who was one of the upbacks, and Gallahue scampers for 8, maybe 9.
It's the first person to carry the ball for Edon, running the ball, outside of Sapp and Holbert today.
And a good gain of the 9 yards to the 38-yard line. We may see a lot of this now in the fourth quarter with a 30-12 lead and some groundwork here. Holbert in the backfield along with Gallahue. And no spread attack, only a one receiver set and a double tight set here with a 30-12 lead and 11 minutes to play. And they've won up front most of the night. And there's Holbert into the secondary. Second level running. He can't maintain his footing, though, as he was cutting left. He got to midfield, stumbled to the 49-yard line, got 13 on the run, and it'll be a first down for the Bombers to the 49-yard line of Montpelier.
Holbert right now has got 10 carries for 92 yards, so good chance if he gets one more carry, he'll go over 100. I want to stress this is unofficial stats.
You're saying your stats aren't up to official status?
They're pretty darn good, but if they're different than whoever's the official stat, I want to have that disclaimer in there.
Little diamond look backfield here because you got Sapp in a kind of a pistol look with Holbert behind him, and then Gallahue as the halfback to the right. Double tight again with a receiver. Here's a give, and it's to Gallahue. Gallahue running downhill to the 41-yard line. Going to be lassoed in by Carter Meek and Cameron Smith. But he's going to have 9 on the pop, and it'll be another second down and 1. And that game clock is going to whittle under 10 minutes here. And this is a conscious effort. We look and play clock starts, and they're not snapping until it's at single digits.
They're not. And I don't know the overall motives of Bob Owen other than this is not what he usually likes to do. I know he's got tremendous respect.
And the conditions, I think, a little too.
Yeah, conditions.
They've been running all night.
They have.
They just haven't gotten.
But now they'll get the win to their back, and they're still running. I know they've got the lead. I think there's great respect that Bob Owen has for Andy Robinson, and Andy Robinson kind of looks up to Bob Owen a little bit. So maybe that's factoring into it a little bit.
Here's an option. Fake the option. Sapp to keep. 35. Sapp to the 30, to the 20. Still on his feet. 15, 10, 5. He's in for the touchdown. Heck of an athletic run by Kyler Sapp, running option. How about that?
Yeah.
He said 80s just a minute ago. Holy 80s there, running option right. Sapp with a keep, 41 yards for the touchdown.
Yeah, very impressive there. Montpelier again in position to make the tackle, though. But we talked about when you have young players, the physicality factors into it. And Sapp, an 18-year-old body, kind of running through those younger tacklers from Montpelier.
Jamel Holloway. How about that?
Jamel Holloway, Charles Thompson, Boomer Sooner, baby.
Extra point attempt now from the Bombers, up 36-12, and it is punched through the uprights. New update on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Edon 37, Montpelier 12, with 9:23 to play in this one. We'll step aside. You're listening to High School Football on B-Rock Sports.
Newcomers Schaefer, Spangler, and Brininger have served Northwest Ohio for over 120 years. They provide a full range of legal services, including real estate transactions, estate planning and trust administration, elder law, family law, business planning and litigation, personal injury, workers' comp, criminal and traffic defense, and more. Newcomers Schaefer, Spangler, and Brininger also supports the athletes in schools in Northwest Ohio and wish them the best of luck in this game.
37-12, Edon with the lead. That Hicksville-Wayne Trace game has gone final, 12-0 Raiders, so they put together a couple of back-to-back wins. Edon here tonight, they have led from the get-go, built a 2-score lead early. Montpelier on one occasion got it to a 1-score game, won it at halftime down 22-12, and now a 15-0 second half. Edon has had 2 possessions and have a pair of 71-yard drives for touchdowns. Sapp to Radebon, then Sapp on the 41-yard option keeper going right side. Here's one of the up and on the return, and Stance just absolutely blew up. I think it was it Caden Clark?
Yeah, number 15, freshman Caden Clark caught the ball there, and boy, that was a big hit.
Stance lit him up on the far side. Everybody got up. 1st and 10
That's
at
good
24.
to see. You take a hit, you pop back up, you don't lay on the ground, right? That's good to see for the young freshman. Shake it off.
Sharps is back out there for Montpelier, so 1st and 10 for the Locos at their own 25-yard line. Final 9 and change of this one. When we're done, the Midwest Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard show. 2 receiver look to the right, 1 to the left. Back goes in motion. Give is off the left side, and powering for a yard or 2 is Cooley. Griffin, or is that Meek? No, it was Cooley. So he got a yard, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, Griffin Cooley's carried the ball 5 times tonight. Not a lot for him.
2nd down, maybe a little closer to 8 for the 1st down here. Edon going to leave 6-0 with a road trip to Northwood next week, who's getting handled by Ottawa Hills tonight. Montpelier getting Richmond Heights in a
It's a winnable game.
Non-conference game.
If I may. That's a winnable game for the Locomotives, and a home game.
This is one of those games for Bob Olin that we'll talk about it after this play. As Sharp is hit just as he delivers it.
That's a problem right there. That's something that it's a good clean play by Hulbert, but you know, if you're catching the ball and as soon as you're catching the ball, you're getting hit, that's an issue that you got to clean up, and that just can't happen because it's not like you're back there holding the ball for 2 or 3 seconds. When you got to get in their way a little bit.
Loss of a couple on the play, so we're back to a 3rd down and 10 back at the 25-yard line. Smith on the reception for -2. 7:45 remaining in this one. 37-12 Edon. The point I was going to make was this is a perfect game for Bob Olin. He's going to win. He's going to win fairly comfortably. Fairly. Montpelier was in it at halftime. But a lot of things that he's going to coach up in film over what happened. That's an interception, the sling over the middle, and it's picked off for Edon by Kendall Brigle. A diving grab made at the 37-yard line on a 3rd down and 10. And that's Hayden Sharps just trying to make a play and keep a drive alive.
And he's got a lot of pressure in his face. And good athletic play that time by Kendall Brigle, again, reaching out for that and making the interception. And if Edon were happen to come down and score now we've got a continuous clock situation.
Didn't you like that to win a game and know you weren't sharp, you were in fact sloppy? You could coach that up even if you won comfortably.
Listen, I don't know what their practice was like this week, but I tell you, when you're heavy favorites right after this play, Andy.
Here's Hulbert, who ran into a pair of Locos at the point of attack at the 39-yard line.
It's very difficult when you're a heavy favorite for a coaching staff to really get your kids to focus in on practice and be an attention to detail. And here's the problem, though, for Edon. Very talented team. I believe they're going to go 10-0. and I believe they can make a run in the playoffs. But the challenge that they're going to have is they know they should win out. And outside of that Ottawa Hills game, they should be huge favorites. Well, right after this play, I'll finish my point.
2nd and 11 after the loss on the play. And again, Edon going to bring this play clock all the way down at the very least single digits, maybe even closer as we get closer to 0. 6:40 left in this one. Sapp on a boot to the far side, throws on the run. Pass is caught by Colton Willis, and Willis rumbles down near the 15-yard line. Be a gain of 22 on the pitch and catch.
But can you focus in with your players, and are your players mature enough to understand that you do got to get better in practices, knowing at the end of the road that Friday night that you're probably going to win?
And they should be, because it's an experienced group.
They should be. You should have enough maturity to do that. And I think that's going to be the challenge with this Edon club, keeping your feet grounded when everybody's patting you on the back and telling you how good. It's very difficult to show up on a Tuesday and really grind. So I have no idea what Edon's practice was like this week, but again, probably the weather had more of a factor than what I'm saying. But one would wonder how sharp they've been this week coming into this game. And now they're going to win this game. They're going to win probably in a continuous clock situation. So that's good. That shows you the level of talent that they have. But I think also we need to give Montpelier a little bit of credit because they hung around for a while, and certainly their roster is depleted and not nearly as good as Edon's.
Northwood, Hilltop, Richmond Heights, Ottawa Hills, the 4 teams left for Edon, and Ottawa Hills, the biggest challenge. Normal years, you'd throw Northwood into the mix, but Northwood, and I would even say on a normal year, even on an average Northwood team, that you hop on that bus, you drive anytime. You know how that is. High school kids, and you hop on a bus and you go an hour and 20 minutes away, and Northwood usually is pretty good. This year, another year where they're down, and Edon has had so much bad luck or down years against Northwood, like everybody in the league, that they're never going to take Northwood lightly because they want to beat them and they want to finish them off. Speaking of Northwood, they were shellacked tonight by Ottawa Hills 37-6. That's a final. And so we just anticipated all along. Week 10, Edon at Ottawa Hills, TAC title, tons of playoff points on the line, and that is more than likely how it plays out. More than likely. Here's Gallahue on an interior run on 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Minimal pickup on the play. Robinson on the tackle for Montpelier. Also Cooley there. Got 2, so it'll be 2nd down and 8. And again, I think that's another worthy point. Whether it's boys or girls, you're dealing with 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, and you're going to have nights like this tonight. You have them at the college level, the NFL level, when you see those games that are just supposed to be 35 40-point favorites, whatever it might be.
And let's not get over dramatic here.
No, they're going to win by
20.
They're 25 now and maybe 30 plus.
Yeah. But your point is we've seen them a little sharper, is all we're saying.
On 2nd down and 8, the give off the left side. Good cut by Hulbert. Another jump cut. He's at the 10 and gang tackled at about the 8 or 9-yard line. Staler and Smith. And it'll be 3rd and 7 from the 10. Under 5 to play.
I've got unofficially Hulbert for 94 yards, so 6 more yards for him obviously breaks the century mark. But as I said before too, Bob Olin's got such respect for Andy Robinson, as they both have those Fairview roots, and Andy was a ball boy for Bob Olin, and Andy kind of looks up to Bob, and they do so many similar things.
Play clock down to 5 on a 3rd down and 7 at the 10. They empty the backfield. Sapp wants to throw. Sapp looks for the corner. It's incomplete. It was going to be short of the end zone, intended for Gallahue. Coverage for Montpelier, Carter Meek, and now it'll be 4th down.
How many 4th downs has Edon had tonight? Been a lot.
Yeah,
I haven't collected that stat, but I'll bet you it's 7, 8. Would you say? Is that fair that they've had?
Fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. They're very fair. They'll go for it here on a 4th down and 7 at the 10-yard line, just inside the 10. 4:27 remaining. 37-12 Edon. Plenty of time on the play clock. It's at 12. Trips to the left, twins to the right. So the backfield empty for Sapp on your 4th and 7. Sapp flush to the right. Sapp on the move. 10, 5, trying to get to the end zone. Stretches. Did he get in? Touchdown. Kyler Sapp using his legs off the right side. First it was the speed, and then it was the power to finish on a 10-yard TD run. You look at the touchdowns tonight to tell you that it's not an Edon-like game. Hulbert, 1-yard TD run. Hulbert, 42-yard TD run. Sapp, 41-yard TD run. Sapp, 10-yard TD run. Now, you do have 2 TD passes in there. Kyler Sapp to Radeball of 20 and to Cohen Hulbert of 23, and it is a running clock situation now at 43-12. And the backup kicker is on. I don't have a 63. Well, wait a minute. Let me look at a second roster. There it is. It is Bruno Santania, who it has to be an exchange student.
Yeah, didn't they have an exchange student?
Eden brings in all, and they all kick.
It was last year, wasn't it? Or was it 2 years ago?
The last 2 years.
Yeah, they had a kicker here. I got to find, I'm a girls basketball coach. I'm looking for a 6-foot girl from Ukraine or somewhere that would like to come over and play basketball.
Bob Olin leaves no stone unturned. He will scour the international game for a kicker.
We got Peltz Lumber that could provide us some NIL money. Who knows what could happen, right?
Wow. Well, we're not. There's a state or two that does NIL at high school.
Well, I'm not above it. I got rich friends. It's not me, but I got friends that are rich.
I'm all in on Peltz Lumber, though, with the NIL.
Oh, yeah.
That's for sure.
By the way, Peltz Lumber, downtown Montpelier, meets all of your construction needs. Go see Nate and Katie Rose.
There. And the shameless plug of the night to the Foz. So, how about this? This is way back. Give me an update, Ben, if you can, on what's going on there. About the 4:29 mark with that Fairview-Paulding game. Fairview got called for an unsportsmanlike on a punt return. I don't know if that was it going to score, Ben, or did they just get called for it? Was it a touchdown called back? So it was a 2-point game. Get us an update as much as you can on that. That was one of the games, the big games in the area, hanging in the balance tonight. Maybe the biggest of the games around the area. You and I have talked about this. It's a 43-12 game, by the way. That PAT was no good. And now just a couple more snaps here with a running clock. But we had talked earlier, and I think we're starting to see more and more evidence about the NWOAL being at its weakest this year in football. I mean, it's Liberty Center. Yeah. And it's literally everybody else. Patrick Henry's solid, okay to solid. Delta's okay to solid. I mean, good football teams. But when that LC, I take LC against PH. I know it's a rivalry game, but I'll take them by multiple scores.
I will too, and I think they are head and shoulders. And guess what? Liberty's got everybody back, or a large portion of their roster back next year. And listen, the NWAL in our area has kind of been the best league, but it probably still is this year. But certainly the separation between them and the GMC, in my opinion, this year is not very much. Now, Liberty would beat everybody by whatever they want.
Fairview has hung on. Fairview beats Paulding 21-19. So hats off to Doug Rakes and his crew. Emotional loss to your rival last week in Tenora, a game that you really felt like you let get away, and they were maybe on the verge, teetering of it happening again, but they learn, they hang on, and they hand Paulding that first loss, 21-19.
It's a big win for the Apaches.
And how about the conference now?
Yeah.
Everybody comes back into play with one loss. Second down and long, by the way, as we have backups in all over the place with a minute and a half to go. 43-12, our score. Our thanks to both coaching staffs for helping us prep for this tonight, and Athletic Director Joe Brigle here.
It's class operation always. The press box is in great shape, and the food that he brings in, Joe Brigle, second to none.
We love going to these two schools. These are two of our favorite schools. All of our local schools, we are treated extremely well.
We really are. We
appreciate
all of them.
We are lucky. 1 minute to go on a third and long. In at quarterback for Montpelier is Carter Meek. This could be the final snap of the game. Probably will be. Edon will be 6-0. And again, not sharp in a lot of areas tonight, or as they normally are. Overcame elements, though, and again, we say that, and it is nitpicking. We admittedly say that because they're winning this in a game that's going to end in a running clock. Montpelier, I mean, there's praise to hand out on both sides.
Yeah.
Montpelier for hanging around and fighting and clawing as a 1-4 team who's now 1-5, and Edon not playing their best and still winning convincingly.
Yeah,
tonight.
but they're just a really good football team. Edon, let's give credit where credit's due, and defensively, they've certainly gotten better and better and better. It's a solid team collectively, offensively and defensively, and they're going to be very difficult to beat this year. And Edon's had a pretty good program over the years. They've had a handful of 10-0 teams, and I think this team could end up being right with them.
Now, I know it was a time when it didn't, as the game has now gone final, and it came at a time where it was not in doubt. But if we see an option keeper for a touchdown tonight and a roll back to the 80s, we are going with that. Kyler Sapp's option keeper is our best one tire in service, best one tire play of the game tonight. Remember, best one tire, where the best costs less. I'm getting a kind of a play-by-play of what happened at the end of that Fairview game. Fairview got the ball, 4 minutes left in an attempt to run out the clock. In the ensuing drive, the officials called 5 penalties, including pass interference, kind of a couple of maybe mystery or phantom calls potentially, personal fouls in the mix. Anyways, Fairview hangs on, and they win that game 21-19. No hanging on here. Edon goes to 6-0 as they win this going away tonight. Montpelier drops to 1-5. Our final, Edon 43 and Montpelier 12. For Mike Bumb, Andy Brigle saying so long from Hobie Krause Field in Montpelier on this Friday night. The scoreboard show starts now.